Our recording has begun. I'm going to jump back in. No need to reset the scene. You guys know what the deal is. It's gotten dark. It's thunderous. It's a little moody as everybody has just joined to the group and now is attempting to find their next stop of this pirate encampment potentially. Cornelian, you're kind of leading the pack right now. Is there anything that you wish to do? You're about 2 hours in, and there's no sign of any encampment or enclosure, but you are, every time you turn around to think, oh man, it's a waste of time, there's a new trail of something that you start to follow, and you're kind of letting your mind wander to like things that are motivational to you to keep going. And the rest of you who are kind of following along are just walking along the cedar paths outside of the normal path that you have been encountered before, and also starting to grow darker outside. Mimosa begins to look a bit nervous, but Father Cruz, you kind of see that Mimosa holds the lantern close and just keeps the light on, like walking with them.
Um, Cornelius just gonna keep following the path. More leads come up, so he really wants to do this.
Mm-hmm.
He's invested now. He's made it this far.
Yeah. It's turned from a small walk in the woods to a dense, like, rainy day. And as the rain drops begin to fall, you're noticing that the paths are starting to shift into mud. And it becomes easier for you to track stuff down as everything starts to settle and deepen. It gives you more certainty, but however, if a storm does break out here, you will lose your path. So you feel as though you might need to kick up your step to maybe find the end of this.
Yeah, I mean, Cornelius would head through it faster. He wouldn't say anything to anyone. They're already following him and watching him, so.
Yeah. If there's anything else you guys wish to do prior to moving on from this point, you guys may. Okay. The autumn trail begins to, again, rain starts to fall a little bit harder through the leaves, starting to land onto the dirt and mud. Eventually, you come across a couple of like rocks that like turn themselves over, and boulders that are, just within the ways of different types of stone that make up the different forests here. You've had enough north now to proceed closer to the coast, but not like too far off from where you were previously. The Your track stops, Cornelian, mainly because you do catch a glow in the distance, similar to a campfire, and it's about maybe a mile out.
And I assume it's the tracks lead to there.
When your tracks stop where you are, you're noticing that the reason it stops is because it makes a cut into like brush, and then it just disappears. And you're assuming following that direction, there is a glow from the distance of like a campfire and some type of. There is other things in the distance. You would have to get closer, but you are about a mile out from potentially your destination.
Okay.
Maybe like a 10-minute
Cornelius
walk,
will.
maybe.
He'll point out to the group the glow that he sees, and then he will kind of put a finger on his mouth and just say, "We need to keep quiet and keep stealthy." And then it sucked to be spotted in the middle of the night to have everyone wake up and attack us. So, and he will turn back around and walk towards the light in a stealthy manner.
Okay. If any of you are going to be stealthing along with Cornelian, please make a stealth check.
I have Mimosa stealth.
Okay.
I rolled a 21.
That's pretty high.
I'll give Mimosa guidance.
And Mimosa, you see, just kind of is leaning
Mimosa got
upon
a nat
you.
20.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, let's go, Mimosa.
It's odd, Father Cruz. You swear you touch onto your son for a moment to help and give them the guidance they need, and for a moment you kind of like reach forward and miss for a second as you know some mimosas is nowhere to be seen, like just completely like already in the dusk. Makes you nervous, but you feel confident.
11.
Oh,
What are we
14.
rolling?
Stealth.
Keep looking everywhere for him.
Yeah.
Cool.
You don't feel like he's lost, Father Cruz. You just feel as though he has stepped away from you.
Cool. We got a calm. I'd say I think that's a 4 or a 5. Either way.
We're feeling dexterous.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
can I guidance Ymir?
You can. You can pass that. You can cast that forward to Ymir. Just as the sake of you had an opportunity and it passes over to Ymir. You can add a D4 to your roll, Ymir.
Okay, that 5 turns into a 7.
7. Still
By the
better.
way, I'm not stealthing.
Okay, you're not. You kind of stay there and walk in your brisk nature to remain seen. You are within a distance, and Cornelian and the rest of you who are stealthing,
Where are we still?
you take a notice of the same thing that Cornelian has shown, a little bit glow in about a mile of the distance beyond. As the day kind of grows darker and the rain's starting to fall a bit, you do see like what remains of a damp glow of some type of fire or lit campsite, maybe a mile out. Cornelian has ushered over to all of you in a beckon to maybe remain quiet, but Father Cruz, Ymir, you both find some trouble in staying within not of each other's sight, knowing that one another is kind of left out in the open. The rest of you, however, take your opportunity to sneak. Father Cruz and Ymir, because you are not sneaking, you do get the opportunity to see a little bit more than the rest of the group. Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought you had a
Because
roll.
he got an 11.
Actually, 11's fine if you want to use that stealth. You can choose to or not.
Oh, then he is.
Level 3 guys. We don't need big rolls this one. Not yet. But yeah, Ymir and Father Cruz, you both with enough vision overhead to not be kind of blocked out by like different trees and brush, you take notice that there is liveliness happening in the distance, along with some structures of some sort. One large tower that looks to be like built of like different stones that you guys have passed already, like boulder equipment. You see tents, you see some rope hanging from like the tower over to some nearby trees, and a couple of like looks like what's been sharpened wood stabbed into the ground as like kind of like barriers and marks between yourself and where they are. It's pretty far in the distance, but it's easy to see. And I think the main thing that Ymir and Father Cruz, both of you see just off the front, is there is about 2 individuals. There's one person kind of standing up on a raised platform, kind of out looking with a crossbow, looking to do like kind of like a watching perimeter in the area. And you see that another person, kind of more near the tents in the area, a little bit smaller, but has this big like club that kind of holds on their side, and they're kind of like picking at their teeth, and they kind of like look around and spit out, step over towards a couple of people, and they start to make merry about something. You can kind of hear like a laughter uproar.
How far away are they?
You guys are about half a mile out now at this point. For Father Cruz and Ymir, Cornelian and the rest of you, you guys are moving at a little bit of half speed right now, just to kind of get up to that distance. You see that Father Cruz and Ymir are kind of just both making a normal pace, but they are away from you. So you both may have different entrances depending on your way of approaching.
When I get close enough, can I cast sleep?
You may certainly do that. What's the distance on sleep?
90 feet.
Okay. Once you get to the 90-foot perimeter, are you just trying to cast it on like the closest person, or are you just trying to? Are you targeting like a group of things? You don't have like a head count yet. If you only know there's the 2.
And then I'll wait until if I see more.
Okay. But you're holding on to that whenever that condition occurs.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Yeah, you kind of hold your hand to your chest, and you see the same arcane mark that you've always practiced up against yourself, or light, and you see that your body glows with this arcane power, protecting yourself.
And then can I also use a bonus action?
What would you like to do?
Sanctuary.
Yeah, you can cast Sanctuary.
Cool.
You both
Oh,
perform these
yeah.
things. These aren't necessarily in rounds or turns. However, whenever you do cast these items, you prepare yourself for the couple, whatever may be coming ahead, which is preparatory in its nature. The rest of you, go ahead, Ymir. Sorry, Warren.
Oh, I was just gonna ready a frost floor if something occurs.
Like, you mean something like being attacked, or you mean something like being
Like if like an incursion occurs.
Okay.
So
like,
attacks.
like if there's a sneak or like some type of surprise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say make an active perception check for me.
Okay. 19.
19. Okay. With that maintained 19, you'll catch on anybody attempting to like sneak onto yourself or to Father Cruz. Given that some of your friends,
I meant like anything.
yeah, I know. But with your active perception, if anything like were to sneak up against you and doesn't beat that contested 19, it will get a sneak attack upon you, and then you will react with that spell. So it's not something that could be prepped unless you see the person. But the good news is that you do now see Velu, who is making the most crunchy noises in the leaves in the distance. Not very stealthy and not really helping Cornelian and Idris and Mimosa. But you do see Velu, who is currently this crunch. Each manages to knock a stick off a tree, and he's not very dexterous in this moment. But you don't see anybody flanking or around your position at this time. The rest of you, who are sneaking a little bit further, but not necessarily as close to the encampment as Father Cruz and Ymir are, you see more than they do. Cornelian, leading the front of this group, the first thing you see is there are about 3 individuals who are just kind of walking up and down between 2 like kind of raised mounds where trees are. So there's 3 what looks to be maybe pirates or maybe potentially like some of the people you're looking for, assailants. The tracks match to where you're following. There is a tower, however, that kind of overhangs in this area, and you do see that there's something up in the tower moving around. Alongside to that tower as well, you see a better look at what is behind all the encampment, and you see cages. 3 cages next to each other. The first cage has a little girl in it, redheaded, kind of just sitting on the floor, like kind of like sitting there. The second cage has an older woman in it. The older woman is not sitting down; they're kind of standing and like kind of leaned over towards the cage where the little girl is, and it just kind of seem to like stare out in that direction. In the third cage, there is a wolf, and the wolf is just sleeping.
Okay. So, how many people do I see somewhat alert right now? The person in the tower.
You have a count
There's
of
a guard
5.
looking up. Okay, 5.
5 that are not in the cage.
Okay. I guess. Do I have a decent line of sight on the person in the tower?
No. Unfortunately, the one in the tower seems to be moving around with like more than 3/4 cover. Like there's some windows in the tower that like peer and sometimes give a moment of like passing in the windows, but unfortunately you don't see anything beyond that. It would be a quick shot if you were to attempt to shoot him, but it would be a very hard shot.
Let's see.
But the good news is that in your vision, you do catch 5 individuals that are potential threats.
Okay.
Velu, Idris, and Mimosa. In checking the area around you, kind of following up Cornelian's side, you also take notice of the same encampment. I would have to say Velu and Idris, both you need to make a history check for me.
While I'm doing that, can I cast Mage Armor on myself?
You also may cast Mage Armor yourself. You,
Okay, cool.
I don't think you reveal yourself from stealth by casting Mage Armor. I think it's only when you attack people, so I think you're good.
Okay, thank you all.
3.
3.
And use that history?
History.
Dang. 21.
It's hard to think. It's a lot of you're spending a lot of focus just maintaining hidden. Velu, with your history check, the way that these people are presenting themselves do seem piratey in nature. However, you are also curious on like how far inland they are. You do spot a flag, and a flag that kind of flails onto the tower itself. The flag has the skull, crossbones type symbols and stuff like that, and it represents something similar to piracy. You feel confident that these people are not only are they pirates, but they are probably the same ones that were within the town. You catch up to Carnelian to his side. You see him kind of like holding like an eye towards the tower, and you're standing next to Carnelian within your stealth.
I think these pirates are the ones that I'm whispering, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I think these pirates are the one that attacked the town, Carnelian.
Out of character, I'm debating whether or not I want to be petty or not.
It's up
For you to decide.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cornelia look Ymir, not Ymir, Velu up and down, and he'd say, "We gave that away the tracks."
Belu gives you a smile
Oh god.
and doesn't say anything.
Cornelia turns back towards the group, and whispers to everyone.
Mimosa
There
is
are
also
five-
present.
Okay. There are five people walking around. One in the tower, one on the ground by himself, and then 3 others walking back and forth. So, I don't know if any of y'all have something to get up the tower quickly or not, but we need to get the person in the tower before we do anything else.
I can try.
Okay.
Ymir and Father Cruz, you see that the 2 that you spotted, the one that's kind of on an overarch, like with a crossbow, and then also the individual in the distance, don't make the same mark as what Carnelian has described for the other 5. So now you have a count of 7.
There's also 2 others. Do you still want us to take up the tallest one?
Where? 2 others where?
Point them out.
Yeah, you point him out. Carnelian, you just see that there's another like kind of upraised area kind of out from your vision while you were stealthing. A crossbow who seemed to be on patrol, like standing clear as day. And you also see another individual in the encampment, smaller, doesn't look to be human, but has a large club on their shoulder and looks to be kind of drinking something, and then just spits it out and just laughs really hard, and it's something that maybe another thing has said. There's just a lot of merriment happening right now.
Okay. So there are 2 towers?
There's one tower, and then there's just one kind of just raised bridge, kind of, I guess you could say. It's like half a bridge, if that's a way to describe it. Imagine just a staircase with a point on top where someone's just standing there, like a battlement.
Okay. Okay, Father Cruz, you go up and you take out the person in the tower. Okay. I will go for the person on the bridge. Do I have a clear line of sight on them?
Yeah, you have a clear line of sight. They're just
Okay.
standing there.
How far away am I roughly?
You're less than 300 feet.
Less than 300?
Yeah. You guys haven't made any entrance towards this area just yet. You are basically within 300 feet right now at this moment.
Okay. I can kill the guy over at the bridge area. And then if 3 people want to go over to the 3 people that are walking on the side, someone else come over with me, and then we can slowly clear out the rest of the people
But what are we here for?
to save the people in the cages.
Yeah, you guys now pointed out to the cages in the corner of the encampment that you guys did not see. As Carnelian takes like a glance over, and now you see past the tents where this smaller, like clubbed individual is. You see 3 cages and the same things: the small little girl, an older woman, and a wolf that are all encaged.
Well, I'll go towards one of the 3.
Okay.
All you guys make your approach. The people who are not stealth, Ymir and Father Cruz, you get to an approaching pace of about. You guys get about 100 feet away before Ymir, your perception kicks in for that 19. As you hear a crossbow bolt fire towards your direction, it doesn't hit, it just hits to the side, and you see it hits towards the ground and just lands kind of towards you, Ymir.
Oh.
Father Cruz, you haven't been shot at yet, though. So you may feel predominantly safer in this moment. But Ymir, you see the bolt fire down and come right next to you. As you hear from the distance, "Yo! Hey, yo!
Hello?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
What do you say?
Can I come over there?
Stay where you are!
Okay, but how are you gonna hear me? Because you're screaming and I'm screaming.
What?
I think I'm talking at a moderately high voice, but not as high as you.
You see, like, the crossbow bolt kind of loads again. It just leads and in. I'm gonna go ahead and switch our view to the tabletop simulator. I'm going to do that now. Nope, I didn't realize I was gonna play. Just the splat sound. I am going to just only run this on a single player for the sake of frames, but I will make sure I share the screen for you guys on the path. Make sure I can get there. There you go.
Huge.
So I'm gonna go ahead and remove some of these guys. There's Mimosa, Father Cruz, Ymir. Mimosa, you're with this group here. Ymir and Father Cruz. You both were basically approaching from this direction right here. You get to a point about, actually, yeah, you guys are approaching about from this direction right here. You're kind of just now getting to this point. Father Cruz, you're enough close to the temple. You get a sense, Father Cruz, that you're like right here and you're kind of outside the vision of this person that's on the banister right here. So you wonder if that's maybe the reason why you weren't shot at. For the rest of you who are in stealth, you guys have an opportunity to move across any of the border that you wish to be at. For all of you guys who are currently in stealth, Carnelian, Idris, Velu, and Mimosa, each of you can take a position anywhere on the border that you desire, sneaking up on this encampment.
So, the person on the bridge is shooting at them?
This person right here. This person has fired a warning shot towards Ymir, landing next to them, and is kind of yelling out in the distance for them. Father Cruz, you're kind of here near the tower. You guys basically have a round of trying to figure this out right now, if you want, before maybe any type of engagement occurs.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I'm going to go ahead and just say, just from kind of our people variance, I'm going to go ahead and say that all of you actually do need to roll initiative for me, but this is not the beginning of combat.
Okay.
Because I want to be able to satisfy all of your actions in order. And I think
12.
it's important. 12.
13.
Before
13 for
we go
Cruz.
to position, I'd kind of tell the other 3 people that are near Carnelian
Mm-hmm.
to go for the 3 people that are just walking around, and I'm gonna go sneak up on the person that's on the bridge.
Okay.
So as close as I can get to that guy that's on the bridge.
I'll be moving you guys in a second. So 18, thank you.
3. Even though it's now 1.
Aw, sorry. And then, can you roll for Mimosa for me?
I got a 7.
A 7, okay.
Better get a nat 1 in initiative rather than
Alright,
in
buddy.
action.
Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna start with Ymir and Father because they're kind of the both first in the initiative order, and then we're gonna move over to Idris, Cornelia, and the rest of you who are stealthed. For you two, Ymir and Father Cruz, both of you are kind of in this scenario where you're just basically waiting for some type of action to occur. Ymir, you've already been spotted, so you're kind of like waving down and getting an understanding of what's going on. And Father Cruz, you feel an opportunity to tuck away.
Do any of you
Hit
guys
for
have like
diplomacy?
cool hats?
Over time,
Any cool hats? Any of you guys have?
do you start to approach into the area?
They said to stay where I am.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just like kind of yelling this out, and you hear the same person in the distance. This guy, he's kind of yelling back out to you. It's like, walk over here. Keep your hands in the air.
I could do that, and wave it around you like I just don't care. I could also do that.
Do not wave your hands. Just keep
like
them.
I just
Come
don't
with him.
care.
You
have
should
to add that
care.
part there.
Just you
I
start
don't care that much.
inching closer and closer. Father Cruz.
I want to go with them, and I want to try to persuade for diplomacy.
Okay, you start moving along with Ymir. Both of you move into about right here, I guess I would say. Like to this wall right here. You see another person who's currently waving around a mace in front of you, just kind of waving. Turns to face both of you and sees you both. Oi!
Hi. Hello.
He kind of like takes the mace, it slinks from the chain, just hits the ground. Kind of starts dragging it across. He starts moving over towards both of you. Immediately, just on this moment here, the eyes are kind of turned towards you from these two individuals. For the rest of you who are kind of stelled in and checking everything out, where do you guys wish to go?
Cornelia wants to get as close as he can to the guy on the bridge.
You can get like right here. Like you can get right underneath him and he would not notice you. Your stealth is high enough to where he won't notice.
Do I have like more? So that was like okay. So it's before combat, so it's kind of still free.
You're a little
to, like,
free
do
right
other
now
things.
in your movement, but you will reveal yourself potentially if you move out into the open.
Okay. What I want to do is, I want to manifest my echo
Mm-hmm.
right behind him. And then I want to,
Oh, get it over here. Tabletop. Work with me. It's kind of sneaks in right here.
so yeah, I want to do that. And then I want to, how far away am I from everyone else?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, about 30 feet away from Ymir, and then everybody else, I'm not sure where they're going to end up. So this is just the position you're in, and that's all you can really do for this moment.
I can attack?
You cannot right now. You are just positioning yourself for an attack, given that you've used your bonus action and your action, stealthing from moving, and then your action to get to the next position. You're still in stealth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I be, so for my weapon, though,
Mhm.
it's like minimum 30 feet to hear it. Outside of the 30-foot range, no one can hear anything.
Correct.
Okay. I will then try to keep out of range for everyone else.
Mhm.
But I wanna have line on sight of the guy on that bridge.
Yeah, you can shoot upwards and hit this person with a line of
Okay,
sight.
cool.
The rest of
I'll wait
you,
for my And I'll keep my
Yeah,
aggro.
you'll wait for your initiative order at that point. Mimosa will move somewhere else. Is there somewhere you would wish for Mimosa to end up, Father Cruz?
Where are all the enemies on the thing?
Most of
Which
the
all-
enemies are towards the center here. This guy with the club over here is what you're seeing. There's also someone here. There's a guy up here, over here. You see a couple of people just kind of surrounding in the
Is that an
encampment.
archer all the way in the back?
You do see that they have equipped with them a bow, but that's not the only weapon on them.
I'll have Mimosa hide behind that tree.
You want them to get to kind of right there. Okay. Let's move them over. Mimosa is easy enough to position themselves. They have used their action to get to this position because of their half speed. They are stealthed, but they have a good jump on this person potentially. So from this point, is there any bonus actions that you would like Mimosa to do?
No.
Okay. Mimosa quietly lurks in with their stealth behind this tree and just overhears the gentle conversations of someone to themselves, like, "I'm gonna eat food. I want to go back to that town and get everything I can. We haven't even taken all the gold yet." That's all he hears. Idris, is there anywhere you wish to be?
I'd like to try and get to those tents over there on the left if I can, like hide behind them.
Yeah, you can get to about right here potentially, or maybe even on the other side. Right here, you're out of vision from
That's
who it is.
that's perfect right there.
Yeah, you can get to about right here. You look and see behind. This is a grung. This is a frog, like a person who's holding kind of a club in their hand, and they're kind of like waving it around and laughing, making merry. You see another person over here is very like covered in black, a dagger in their hand, very stealthy, but also kind of elusively kind of tucked away by the area over here. Also seeming to be a guard that's kind of currently yelling into this cage, banging a shield onto the cage, just and you just kind of hear just some solemn whimpers, and then also an older woman's like, "Come on, just let us out. This is really ridiculous. It's raining on us." "Quiet, or else I'll sick the dog on you." That's all you hear. Last is Velu. Where do you want to go?
I guess same area where Idris is at, but
Mhm.
by the tower.
Gotcha. So you want to be a little bit here, but you want to be... In order to get into the tower, you do have to make way of entrance. However, if you wanted to, you could try to climb up to here somehow. If you wanted to try an athletics check or anything of that nature.
Nah.
Okay. So do you just want to be right here next to Idris?
Sure, as long as I still have cover.
You have cover from immediate visual sight. It is dark and raining outside. Of course, people without dark vision, such like that. But you and Idris are close enough to each other to where you feel confident that you aren't seen. The only fire that you guys see right now is just over here in this undercover of trees where some other tents are. All of you are in positions at this point, past and now in the encampment. We're now going to come from those positions, and we're going to look at Ymir and Father Cruz again. The person with the crossbow bolts pointed down towards you, Ymir, once more, and says, "Now what you gawking?"
Oh, I was wondering if any of you guys have like a really cool hat.
"A cool hat." And he kind of like looks around. And it's like, "Who are you?"
Ymir.
And it points over the crossbow over at you, Father Cruz. "And you?"
I'm Father Cruz.
It's like kind of points over you. "Me and Father Cruz. You're not of us. You're not one of the shabby six and our pirate captain."
No, I got invited by your captain to come here.
"You got invited."
Yeah.
It's like kind of
He's
Yeah,
up
like
in the
let him-
tower, right?
pulls. Make a deception check.
Guidance.
He does see you cast guidance on your friend. "Oh, what are you doing?"
Oh, I'm just helping my friend. He's a
"Keep
little-
your hands
I don't
where I
need-
can
I
see
don't
him.
need- I don't
No
need
funny business."
25.
25. He like lowers a crossbow bolt. He's like, you see Captain Evan?
Yeah.
Captain Evan's not in the tower.
Where's he at?
Captain Evan's in the main camp. He's over here. And he's like points over at the guy like waving a club around, like having him making merry over in the encampment. It's like, you won't go talk to him. He can vote you.
Yeah. What's your name, by the way? You have a really nice face.
He kind of like stares at you for a second. It's like, no one's ever
Like, you
told
could be
me
a-
I'll have a nice face.
Really? You could be a model if you weren't doing whatever you're doing, which is God's work, and I appreciate you being here. And I'm
The
sure
guy
Captain
with
Evan
the
would too.
mace kind of looking over here kind of like lowers the thing again and just kind of drags it over, kind of getting in Father Cruz's way a little bit and kind of just like looks you up and down. He's kind of in your face right now. He doesn't smell very nice. Father Cruz just
Well-
has this funk about them.
Crystal put out his hand and shake his hand.
His hand kind of goes out for a second, but you see he's like holding a chain in one hand and a weapon in another. So he's like doesn't know what to do. So he kind of just like looks at you. He's like, "Are you my father?"
I can be your father if you're willing to open up to me.
I haven't
Amir's
met
gonna
my
start walking
father. Just like they kind of
Good.
move forward. You get to a point where you're kind of walking and like gunning over towards this direction. As you make gun over here, your perception actively catches Idris and Velu, who have made themselves into position, and also to Mimosa and Carnelian, who have made their position at this point. At that point in the center, Father Cruz, is there anything else you wish to do, like kind of in this conversation that you're kind of being blocked in by?
Try to, I don't know, persuade him to let me in.
He kind of like looks at you. He's like, "What's that you got there?" And he like looks over to your side and sees some of the garment and like symbology that you have upon you. You have like a bag on you,
This is where I keep my religious artifacts.
and that right there, he points at your sword.
Oh, this was a gift from a friend.
I want that.
Well, can't exactly give it to you, but he can get you friends
Well,
that could also gift you stuff.
no one says no to clumsy Ivan. You give it.
This isn't a no.
Kind of like looks
Just
at
a
you
new
for a second
direction.
again. Make a charisma check, just to keep the nerves calm.
18.
18. It's calm for a second as he lowers the weapon down. He's like, "I want that sword."
I'm gonna make my way towards Captain Eric.
Captain Evan, but yes.
Evan.
You're
Evan.
kind of right here. You see he's like waving around his club kind of willy-nilly. He kind of bashes it into his hand for a second and he's just laughing. He's and kind of turns immediately to you. It's like, "Hey,
You don't remember me?
I don't know you.
Are you sure?
Uh,
Come on, draw back to the time.
Who let this guy in?
No,
Clumsy
me.
Ivan, you let him in, didn't you?"
I'm gonna
No
subtle
balls.
spell blindness, deafness, and
As you do your spell casting in this moment, blindness, deafness. Are you just casting it upon the captain?
it's a subtle spell. I just look at him, and then, yeah, I'm casting it upon the captain.
As you cast the spell and release, there is a perceptive notice that you take immediate glance up with your perception 19 that you've been holding on to. And it's the sound of a firing arm as you hear the reload of something. And you cast the spell of silence just fine. However, you do take notice above in the tower, there is somebody who has been looking over and watching. There is a fired shot towards you. At this point, Carnelian, you holding your action to fire your shot. Cast someone who's watching casting of magic. It doesn't matter. It's visual. The gun that you have pointed up, Carnelian, you can take the shot right now, noticing that your friend Nier's making a move as well.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my silenced rune rifle and then shoot the guy.
You're gonna point blank the room rifle at him.
Well, do I do disadvantage? Cause I'm
I would say if you took,
distance
I would
away.
say you can take a step back. You'll reveal yourself, but you can take a step back shot, and it wouldn't be
I thought
disadvantage.
being under him was just fine because
Oh.
I technically can't melee him from that.
Yeah, you
range.
can't melee from here, but you can actually let me check that. Yes, you can. You actually can shoot from the room rifle right here if you have it equipped and ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have it equipped, round loaded. You point upwards, and you just the same click that you hear from the tower is the same click you put into your weapon,
Okay.
and you fire. And then Mimosa, I imagine, makes their attack as well at this point.
Is it
Yeah.
same turn?
Yeah, this is all going to be the surprise round. So all of this is going to happen all at once. So Mimosa takes their action to
many-
go.
How many attacks can I make during the surprise round?
You can just do an
Like
action.
just a normal action?
Yeah. You can do an action
Okay.
surge during your surprise round, though.
Yeah,
Idris and
okay.
Velu, what do you two wish to do, noticing that Ymir has cast this spell towards the captain?
No one notices
That something's going to what?
You see that Ymir walks forward. You see kind of the magical hands wisp as like this magical like tendency of casting a spell comes forth. And as that happens, the captain goes to shout in a direction, and Ymir puts the hands out, and you see that silence takes over the place.
Mm.
I casted blindness and deafness.
And blindness. Sorry, blindness and deafness.
Blindness and deafness.
So there is still a very loud shout. Ajir's like,
Then
go ahead.
I would love to target that guy that's behind Ymir or to the side
Mm-hmm.
over there.
Yeah, over here.
And I would love to actually cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay. You'll be casting Dissonant Whispers. And then Velu.
I would be casting magic missiles on the guy that's in front of Ymir.
Okay. On the captain.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We're going to run this all at once, and then we're going to start initiative. First of the round is Ymir. You cast your blindness deafness, but you are getting shot at your first moment. That is a 16 to hit on you.
I will shield it.
You cast shield. AC raises as you feel the deflection of an arcane shot blocked off of you and hit towards the ground. And just hits the ground. As the eyes kind of like gloss over of this person that you've cast blindness deafness on, you look and see them kind of like look around and say, "Ah, wait, I can't say," and just like immediately like starts kind of waving their club around like wildly. They're not attacking any type of means, but they're just kind of like trying to get a sense of where they are once again. You have an action, bonus action, and movement.
Me myself.
Yes. You've used your reaction to use shield, but you have a full turn.
I will cast. I'll turn to the right.
Mhm.
At the guy that's like next to me,
Mhm.
and I will cast. Color.
Ah.
No. I'll cast Ray of Sickness on him.
Ray of
But I'll
Sickness.
back up first. I'm gonna back off.
You take a
from the
step
guy that
back,
I just
kind
cast.
of over to here. I'll say probably right here, maybe.
Actually, I'm gonna target the guy that I just blinded. There's no point to target that guy.
Okay.
'cause
Do you
this-
still want to take your
this
step
guy has-
back?
Yeah, I'm taking my step back.
Okay. So you get about to right here. Is that fine? Or do
Farther.
you, further? You want to get like to up here?
I'm a mage. Farther.
Yeah. Well, there's someone behind you, is why I'm saying that.
I can't see you.
Okay. Fair enough. You get to right here.
Okay.
You back up. You get your Ray of Sickness, and you send that forward. Deck save? Or con save?
No, it's an attack.
Oh, attack.
Roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I have advantage because he's blind?
I don't think you have advantage because of his blindness. I think he just has disadvantage on all his stuff. You still have to hit him. He is kind of flailing wildly.
There's a. I need my calculator. Does a 22 hit?
That definitely hits.
Okay.
He's not wearing a lot of armor, but you do notice that they are kind of like thicker. Like they're a big bullfrog.
Okay. Ymir is gonna clasp his hands together and swirl it around as silver particles swirl within his palms, and then a spray of silver and green flashing into the Grung's body slams onto his chest. And he needs to make a con save after it hits. That's 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay. That's a 14 save.
I think he meets it, so he beats it.
Okay. Makes the 14 save. Oh, actually, is it poison?
God damn it, it is.
If it's poison damage, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So he doesn't. You see that it doesn't really have much effect, unfortunately, on the creature as it hits forward. You see that he kind of like takes this, he just slurps it off of his mouth and kind of sucks it into his mouth. Breakfast.
I'm up.
And this swings towards the direction of you, and you see that they're gonna just start rampantly flailing and running in a direction. That's your turn, Father Cruz. You see the guy who is kind of immediately engaged with you turns his head like, huh? To kind of look at what's going on. So he's not engaged in combat with you, but you have your opportunity to move in the surprise round.
Oh. Up the stairs I go.
Okay, you move up the stairs. Do you want to be stealthy about it?
You know what? Sure.
Make a stealth check.
I got disadvantage on this. 1.
1. As you
Not a
turn,
nat, though.
not in that one. As you turn, you see clumsy Ivan looks over and says, "Wait a minute, I want your soul." He immediately starts following you up the stairs to get to about right here. He's like, "Where do you think you're going?" You have an action bonus action.
Oh wait, I have a bonus action or I have an action?
Yeah, both.
Sleep.
On this guy.
Yeah.
All right. Roll the dice for it. Roll the hit point dice.
14.
14. Yeah. It's unfortunately not enough to knock him out. As you see the spell kind of like you see for a moment like you cast a spell and he kind of goes to the wall. He sloops his hand a bit, drags the drool kind of drops from his mouth for a moment. He shakes his head. It's like. Just, like the rain kind of like wakes him back up and looks at you again. He's like, "What are you doing?" He kind of straightens out the chain and flail that he has tightly.
Shrugged.
Yeah, shrugs. All right. From that moment, it's going to
Wait.
be. Go ahead.
Can I use hidden step for my bonus action?
You absolutely may. It's a feature, so you go invisible. As you go invisible, you see the guy kind of look left and right and be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Where you go?" He's like immediately turns left and right. He's gonna have to spend his next turn trying to find you. After that, Idris, it is your turn. You are casting Dissonant Whispers on this guy over here. So go ahead.
Correct.
It's a save. I did not roll well on the save. What is the ability?
So it is. Let's see here. So it's a wisdom saving throw. So it is
Wisdom.
on a failed save. It takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Go ahead and deal the damage.
Facts.
Go ahead and deal the damage. After Idris, it will be Carnelian up.
Ooh. So we got a 2, 5, and a 5.
2, 5, and
12
5.
total.
So 12 total. They take the 12 damage. You see, like, the adverse effect of failing the save as well. Is there anything additional that happens in Dissonant Whispers?
It says here on a failed save, and must immediately use its reaction. It says if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Yep. So it does fail that. So it immediately takes itself and it hightails in a direction over to here, about this point right here. and starts running. You see, there's a masked face of some type of like, not like, I'm not sure if it's a goblin or a like a gnoll, but they're fully covered head to toe in all black robe, and they have a long like short sword. They kind of look over at you, and as you cast dissonant whispers, fear overtakes them as your eyes glow red, and you look towards them, and they fill with that same fear and run off, and you see them holding their head and bleeding from their eyes as they rush off. That's your action. Is there anything else you wish to do?
I'd like to kind of sneak behind the captain
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of hang out there for a little bit.
He's
for
like
advantage.
waving around. He's like, I can't see. I can't. Hello? Anybody? Where are you? That's it. That's all you hear. You do hear that the banging on the cage has stopped, as you don't know what's going on beyond that. After you, it is going to be Carnelian and then Mimosa on deck. Carnelian, you have taken your shot and fired off now. So you fire the shot. Go ahead and roll to hit.
18.
It's an advantage because you're stealthed.
Oh, okay. 22
Doink.
to hit.
That hits, yeah. They're
Okay.
wearing some pretty good armor too, so you do see that you pierce through armor.
Okay. I roll damage.
You're using just a standard shot.
12 damage.
12 damage. Oof. As that happened, you fire the shot from below, and it comes through. You see the arcane like sigils on your gun glow blue and bright, and shoot forward, and just shoot into the side of this creature. They get knocked back, and your echo immediately meets them with the same motion, just standing right next to them.
I'm gonna use Unleash Incarnation.
Mhm.
And that will be a attack with the dagger.
Definitely, go ahead and roll a hit.
16.
16 hits, just hits.
Okay. Damage is 6.
6 damage. You actually take this guy out. He doesn't have a lot of hit points at high AC. What happens?
So I shoot him in his Carnelian glows red, summoning his incantation, or not his incantation, his echo
Mm-hmm.
behind the guy, and we'll shoot him in the stomach. As he falls back, holding his stomach, my echo is gonna just catch him and slit his throat.
Yeah. So you kind of hit him off to the side, immediately kind of rotating him back, and slowly like kind of releasing him from the edge, just immediately just falls. I don't know what I'm doing here, but this guy's out. Completely out for the count. And as you kind of turn to look at your friends, you already see that your friends have already started their assault as well. After you have a bonus action. Oh, you use a bonus action to release. You can move.
Hold on. Can I teleport as well as
You
like the same time
I believe you have to use your bonus action to move your echo.
No, but like teleport, like swap.
Yeah, you can swap places.
Okay, yeah, I'll swap with my echo as my bonus action then,
There you go.
and then I will action surge. Jeez.
Okay.
And can I see the guy that's close to the? Who's the next closest person to me?
You see there's a guy over to the right that your Mimosa's on. You see a guy running away from fear on the right as well. You see someone's chased Father Cruz up towards the tower side, and you see the captain out and about. There's also someone immediately below you.
Can I shoot that guy that's
Yeah.
below me?
Shoot. Go ahead and roll a hit.
Okay. Let me use this, and then okay. I'm gonna use my silence rune rifle again.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
22 to hit.
It's a bonus action reload, so actually you cannot.
I cannot.
Yeah, you have to reload the rifle. So
I'll use my flintlock then.
yeah, switching weapons is also a bonus action, so you don't have that bonus action available to you. Yeah, so
Can I not hold my rune rifle in one and then flintlock in the other, or no?
unfortunately, no, it's a heavy weapon, so you're using two hands to use it already. I will allow you if you're doing an action surge to like rush up and attack them with like to the blunt end of it or like claw attack them in some way, but unfortunately, your rifle needs to be reloaded, and which requires a bonus action. If you don't want to action surge, you don't have to.
So can I move my echo then, or does that take a bonus action to do?
Anything that requires a bonus action will take a bonus action. I believe it is a bonus action to swap places with your echo.
Yeah, but does it take a bonus action to like actually move, like have my echo walk?
I believe you can just move your echo as part of your movement.
Okay. My echo and I will walk on either side of this guy then.
Okay, so you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It would take 30 feet to get to the side of them, and that would mean leaving you no movement. You can also get them to about right here, and you can get up next to them, going down the stairs. Mimosa will be next.
I want my actual character to go down the stairs into melee range.
Okay, so right here. 5, 10, 15, 20. You got about 5 feet of movement after you get to about right here.
And then I guess I'll have my echo start getting closer.
Yeah.
And I will I'll still do my action surge and I'll cat claws.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a hit.
Nat 20.
Okay. Roll the damage. Double the dice.
5 damage.
5 damage. A mega slash as you basically in the same turn of like rotating your rune rifle like an army vet, you know, like kind of doing like a position of like pushing it to the side. Your claw extends from your hand and you slash across from your left side to your right, kind of in an outwards motion, like you're trying to catch something behind you, and you slash across the back. And you see he turns around, immediately making eye contact with you. He looks to have a mace in their hand and a small shield, and he kind of looks at you. He's like, "We got intruders." And it's like,
Could I have
go ahead. He's a little smaller than you as well.
so my shadow is the same movement as me, right?
You
Like,
both,
shared
your
movement.
movement's expended at this point.
Okay, could I have feline agility beforehand?
What does it take to do feline agility? Just an action?
No, free action for the most part. When you move your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of turn. Once used, you cannot use this trait again until you move 0 speed.
I believe
It does not say.
you can use it. Yeah, I would allow that.
Okay. I'd like to do that then, and then have my echo walk up to the other side of him, and then unleash incarnation again.
You
which
can't unleash
is also-
incarnation. You have no bonus action. This is your action surge.
It doesn't say it's a bonus action.
Let me just make sure. Whenever you make the attack action, you make one additional melee attack from the echo's position. Okay, so yeah, you absolutely may because you used an attack action here. Go ahead.
Okay. And this will attack with the dagger.
All right.
Another nat 20.
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
10 damage.
10 damage. 15. They are still standing. They're smaller and stouter. You see that they have like the accompaniment of the dwarf, and you're ganging up on this person, and they immediately like as soon as you claw them in the back, immediately a dagger hits them to the side, and they try to block it off, but it pierces through the armor, and they're being surrounded. It's like they just start to shout out, "We're being ambushed! Someone help us!" And that's it.
This is my turn.
That's the end of your turn. A lot of actions there. Mimosa is up.
Mimosa or Rage?
Rages. Dark tendrils and blood, like black ichor, pours from the eyes.
And then, can you reckless attack and then just attack?
Absolutely. As part of your rage as well, you also get your beast form if you choose that as well.
Where is beast form? What is beast form?
It should be on your features.
Let's see. No, I'll just do the Warhammer.
Okay. You just reckless attack with your warhammer. Go ahead and roll advantage.
Okay.
And you already had advantage from stealth too if you don't want a reckless attack.
Oh, okay. Let's see. That's a nat 20.
Jesus, guys. Okay. Yeah. A warhammer from the mist as rage ensues. Go ahead and hit.
Wait, no. I rolled that wrong. 13.
13. That's, I think that, yeah, misses actually.
Wait,
What happened?
The damage?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that
The
you did. You said that you did that wrong, and then said 13. So I thought you were talking about the roll to hit. My bad. 13 definitely is the damage for that. You added rage damage as well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 13 damage, massive hit from Mimosa, swinging them and hitting them basically into the tree.
It did not double the dice. That's why I rolled it wrong.
Ah.
Okay. 17. There you go.
Okay, 17. Again, smacks them into the tree to the side, poof, and just hits them, cracking multiple ribs, and they drop their weapon. Just I believe at 3rd level you don't have an extra attack yet, but you are engaged with a bonus action on this creature, correct?
Yep.
All right. That's mostly everything you can do. You just stand imposing to this creature onto the tree. You see another scared individual running off, feared. And then the last person to go is Velu. Velu, you are presently here. You were going to make a turn to attack at the person across, but it seems as though you're going to do magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
So, what level you cast magic missile?
1.
Level 1. You send 3 darts. Where do they go?
The captain.
You can send them in multiple places, FYI. You can send like 1 dart somewhere, 1 dart another place, and it's a range of 120 feet. So, just letting you know that. But you send all 3 to the captain. Go ahead and roll the 3d4 and add 3.
Okay. Eleven
11.
damage.
11 damage. Hurt. You see, like, this dude has been deafened, silenced. No, silenced, but deafened and blinded. Taken. Oh, he didn't take the poison. And just the first time he's getting hit. Yeah, it's he's now getting hit. He just gets pelted with these dark darts from the sky. Just nowhere to be able to tell where they're coming from. It's like, ah! And he just starts screaming into the air, waving his club around violently. That is your turn. Is there anything else you wish to do with your bonus action and movement?
Yes. Belu's gonna like smile, and he is going to activate blade singing.
Yeah.
Blade song.
You activate your blade
So-
song. What does that look like to Idris, who is basically Idris and Ymir, who are basically the only 2 that can see you right now?
There's like this aura that comes out of him, like this black aura, and he kind of like poses, and kind of does like a little dance, before it like comes out. But he does like a little dance, and then he finishes off with like a little thumbs up, and then the black aura just comes out.
Flooding and rushing into your whole embodiment now. You take all the benefits of your blade song. Where do you go?
For now, I'll just cover behind the tent, like closer to the tent
Okay.
that Idris
You take
was
cover.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to be inside towards here or right here?
Let's go like right next to Idris.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of.
He's slickly and smoothly sliding up next to you, Idris. You see Velu has this different countenance to them. They have this aura that kind of pulls against and demands presence a little bit. He sleuths over, and you see like a bladed like nimbleness that you haven't seen before. He pulls out the katana, and with his blade song, he manages to like almost like put on his own performance. The top of the round, I gotta roll some initiatives. Uh-oh, guys. I had 2 high initiatives right off the bat. And then the rest, that's a really low one. Okay. The good news is that the captain goes last. Because he rolled a 1. But sharing initiative with you, Ymir, you get to go first. However, you do notice that you are sharing initiative with a couple of individuals. You still go first, Ymir.
Okay. Ymir's gonna run backwards behind the rocks that he's behind.
Mm-hmm. Like all the way over here or just right here?
Just get out of line of sight.
Okay, you can get to right here and be out of line of sight.
And I will take out my pearl and regain a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah, you just regain it. You feel like the power that you haven't felt before. Just this resonant surge of almost like electricity and vibrance within your blood as it boils to a heat and so intense that the rain basically steams off of you and you regain your 2nd spell slot.
And I don't think I have any bonus actions to do. Yeah, no bonus actions. I will remain there.
Okay. Your shield ends on this turn. The next in the initiative is 2 others. The first one to go is, ironically, this guy who has not done anything. He kind of takes in a presence up here, seeing what's going on in the attack. Here's what's going on. He takes his movement and he's going to rush over to here. He gets to about, he gets to right here with all action, bonus action. He goes, well, he has his bonus action. The gate is opened, and you see kind of rushing out from here a wolf, and you hear a howl of as a large wolf just kind of rushes forward and just goes. Gets to about right here, stands very proudly here, and the slobber and like teeth that bear itself, Idris, Velu, and I think Carnelian as well, maybe Mimosa if they're not too hyper focused, just see this large winter type wolf that's been contained being released out into the center. No other ability for them to do anything. The other pirates get to go now. This guy turns around to Mimosa, kind of takes out a dagger and just is going to attack twice. That is going to be an 8 to hit, which I don't think hits for Mimosa, and a 5 to hit. Both dagger swipes go wide as Mimosa is an elusive shadow to this person. Just slashes once and misses, and he's holding onto his ribs where he had basically broken most of them, and slashes again, just in desperation. And Mimosa is not even moving. Mimosa even takes like a bit of a cut on the side as it happens. He kind of just smiles. Mimosa just smiles for a second. You see kind of like this flourish eyes that are bleeding with this black ichor and a fear in the face of the person who's like in front of him. Like, what the hell? What is going on? That's all they can do.
Can I use the tail reaction? Or
You-
only if they
You
hit?
didn't use your tail, or you didn't choose your beast form option whenever it was on your turn when you raged. If you want it to be the tail for now, you may do so. So if you want to use your reaction, they did miss. I don't think it matters unless they hit.
Yeah, let's go with tail. That one sounds fun, anyways. Even if I can't use it, I'll
Yeah,
still decide
you
tail.
you keep the tail out, and you see from behind Mimosa. Actually, none of you see. Ooh, Mimosa. If you were to see what's going on behind Mimosa, you see that from behind them, where they wear this simple garb, shadowy, like dark ichor pours, and you see kind of like limbs start to grow from behind them, growing out of their backside, kind of grasping onto the ground into the dirt and pulling into the dirt. You see something is basically like an appendage growing and multiple appendages kind of grasping onto each other like it was one giant arm. It's very sickly, and you see the person who is here just having like a moment of like shock, just being able to missing both of their dagger attacks completely. This guy right here who is engaged is going to disengage from you both, and he is going to run full on 5, 10, 15.
Any opportunity attack?
He is disengaged.
Oh, shoot. Jeez.
15, 20, 25, 30. Gets to about right here. With that turn, he used action to get movement. No bonus action for this guy. This guy just like is full on just running. Like he is so terrified of just you and a version of yourself showing up here and just eradicating one of the people here. It's insane. As that occurs, up at the top here, you are still the notorious and see. He's only looking out the side of the tower. You're gonna shoot at Cornelian, but I don't know which one he's gonna shoot at. I'm gonna make a risk roll here. Okay. He's going to shoot at your echo. I hate your dice. You gave me a cursed dice, Nim. I rolled with advantage, and I rolled a nat 1 and then a 2. So the next reloaded shot, you can hear it click in your mind. That same countenance of a long-ranged rune rifle, and as you hear it, you make your echo basically like switch positions to turn, and as the head turns for a second, the shot misses its head. Very politically accurate for what's going on for you two, as both you basically turn your head and look upwards towards the tower, and you see a gun glow of arcane from the top of the tower. With that one, that is it for all the pirates. And then the last thing that gets to go on this turn is, where'd she go? Right here. Does she have to save from that Dissonant Whispers every turn, or is it just the one round?
Let me check.
After this, it is going to be Father Cruz.
It's just once.
Okay, so they shake their head off of it, and as soon as they get over here, they notice what's going on around. They see that their friend's in here. They're going to rush over here. But their friend... Man, the grid's going to mess me up right here. Sure. There you go. Rushes up to here. They're going to attack Mimosa. Using a different dice. That's more like it. 17 to hit on Mimosa.
Hands.
Yeah. You can use your reaction, though. You did get hit.
Yeah. Cool. Hold on.
Oops.
Which one looks the lowest?
Which one?
Yeah.
What do you mean, which one? Like the roll?
Never mind, I just have schizophrenia. 5.
5. To take the 5 damage. They are still up, but they look hurt internally. They're bleeding from their eyes, but you can't see most of their body. It's all covered up. But they do look like they're injured. But Mimosa does take 13 piercing damage as a sneak attack rains in and pierces them into the side for the first time. They take half because they're raging.
What's that? 6?
Mm-hmm. And they're going to swipe one more time. A natural 20 on that. I love you. but it's just 8 piercing damage again, reduced to half, so 4 piercing damage. Alright, that's the end of that one's turn. And after that, it is now Father Cruz's turn. You are invisible. This person has not got to go yet. They go after you. So, when do you become not invisible?
Hold on.
I think it's at the start of your next turn.
Yeah, start of this turn.
So you pop back into position. And he kind of looks at you for a second. And he's like, what are you playing a game with me? What do you do?
What am I doing?
Dude has no clue that combat's going on.
Sick.
Cruz is just gonna continue going up the stairs.
You meet at the door here, and it is a locked door. As you kind of shake it, you feel the lock on the thing jingle. Oh, you can't get in there.
Why not?
It's locked.
Do you have the key?
Maybe.
Maybe you could let me in. We could work out a deal about, me giving you this sword.
I'll give you the key if you give me the sword. That sounds like an excellent trade.
I feel like we should really talk inside,
Hmm.
Can I try to persuade him?
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Alright, I got it myself. Um, 16.
16. I'm gonna roll. I've never rolled a nat 20 like that before.
Oh my God.
I literally am like looking at that. I'm like, there's no way clumsy Ivan
just
just rolled a
command
nat
him?
20. One sec. As he kind of like shakes the head a little bit, he's like, "You're never gonna give me that sword, are you?" And then you can cast command. You see that he is now gonna engage in combat with you, so you can cast command if you so desire.
I cast command.
You cast command. It's a saving throw. I'm not gonna roll a natural on this one, probably. Clumsy Ivan, you fucking dog. A 19.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Dude, this dude.
My breakfast.
This dude has no
That's
pluses.
my breakfast.
This dude has no pluses to his saving throws. He rolls 19 on the die, 20. I hate this, but he just like shakes his head. He's like, "I'm gonna smash your head in, and then I'm gonna take that sword." And that's all he
Here
says.
you go, buddy.
Anything else?
I'm gonna get it. I hate this.
After you, it is him.
Yeah. That's cool. I got plans.
After you, it is him, and then Idris, you'll be on deck. He moves forward. He's going to strike at you with his big ol' thing.
Yep.
Rolls a 2 on that one.
Sanctuary.
He misses if you don't want to, like, it doesn't hit, but the sanctuary is
No,
still...
it's gotta make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, it has to make a whiz save, so the 2 doesn't make the saving throw for the wisdom save, so what happens?
So,
Does he take damage? I don't think so. I just think it means it can't hit.
yeah, it just means that it loses its action.
Yeah,
Or,
action's
well,
gone. He swings at you, and sure enough, it's like when you say I have plans for you, like kind of in your whisper, you feel like that same kind of shattering of your own like accord, and you feel like this divine presence kind of block the mace that as it kind of comes through, and you feel like the ashen like dusk of death kind of just breeze through your mind for a moment. As the mace hits the wall beside you. Bing! What the hell? How'd you dodge that? And that's all he can do. He doesn't have a bonus action. He doesn't even rage. He just doesn't feel the need to.
Because it makes you choose a new target or lose attack, In theory, could I make him choose the door?
He would not be able to choose the door. It's not a creature.
Damn.
Yeah. He does hit the wall, though, and you do see it damages the tower.
That's not enough.
Yeah. Anyways, after their turn, Idris, your turn.
Okay.
You are behind this guy.
Do I get advantage if I attack him? I know my position.
You
he
don't
doesn't
get
know.
advantage because he's
already.
he's blinded and he's deafened. However, you still need to attack him while he's wildly flailing about. Blindness and deafness doesn't give you advantage on attacks against him. It's not sneaking.
Okay, well, let's do this then.
He just can't do shit.
Oh, Velu's too close. Velu, get away from me, man.
Bill's like dancing around. He's doing like the Fortnite dance beside you.
I need a restraining order right now.
I'm doing the gritty.
All right, I would love. This is probably not going to work, but I would love to see if I could try. I would like to try and charm him using performance.
Okay.
And if possible, I would love to use my bangles for better friends.
Okay. Make a performance check. How are you he can't hear you. And he also can't see you. So I don't know if this is going to work if you're trying to do it in a musical way or anything. But if you're creative,
You just can't see.
yeah, you can't. Oh, you just chose blindness.
Yeah.
Okay, so he can hear. Okay, so he can hear. Okay.
Okay, so
Good to know.
I can still do performance. Okay.
Yes, you can. You can.
Perf.
He's flying around, just can't see.
I would just I got an 18, so.
Okay.
Let's see here.
He does not roll high on his insights, which would be what he would use to determine if you're trying to like charm him or not. So tell me, you do a better friends on him. What happens?
I would just love to be like that little angel that appears in the darkness that goes, "Are you okay?
Huh?
What's wrong?"
Who's that? Are you?
It's your guardian. It's your guardian angel, love.
You sound beautiful, like a siren. Are you?
I'm here to help you.
Am I going to the next life?
No, not yet. With my help, though, I can help you.
Help me. What do you want to
Help
do?
you.
What do you want to do?
Idris, Velu says, what the actual fuck are you doing? Like
He's no longer flailing the club anymore. He like slacks the club and just waits for your command.
She's gonna walk around him, like stand in front of him, and she's gonna like keep his attention, kind of giving Velu like, you know, that chance to attack whenever necessary. And she's just gonna hold his hands. He goes, "You have beautiful hands. They're so slimy."
He kind of like the slack of the club goes down. He just looks like down. He can't see. He's like, I remember what my hands used to look like. They were my mother's favorite hands.
Really? Will you tell me about them?
Well, it all started when I was just a tadpole.
Mm-hmm.
Of the bung shits.
Oh.
That was my last name. Bung shit. And I got made fun of a lot in my grade school. It kind of goes a lot of...
Yap.
He's yapping with you, basically, in this scenario. And Bello, you are... I'm not sure if you're triggered or impressed.
Meanwhile, Idris is, like, trying to give Velu that, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, kill him vibe.
Yeah, definitely. At the end of your turn, Idris, it is going to be Carnelian's turn.
Turn now?
Yeah.
Carnelian is going to use his bonus action to pull out his arcane flintlock.
You swap
and shoot
weapons.
The guy that ran away.
You shoot the guy. Go ahead and roll a hit.
19.
19 hits. Roll damage. I don't think he's gonna make it.
7.
7 actually takes him out. What happens to this guy?
So, after I ran down, cat clawed him, and then my echo slices across his chest, I'm going to shoot him in his knee to cause him to fall onto his chest and make him bleed out faster.
Just, you're gonna move the echo over towards him.
No.
Okay. He falls to a knee. As you shoot him kind of in the gut, and you see the blood splatter towards the ground. You see he like reaches out and says, "Captain!" And as the captain reaches out, he can't make out any more word. As you see the blood gush for a second, the pirate falls to its knee and starts to dribble a bit before eventually falling and face first into the ground. Ymir, you catch a full visual of this along with Velu. Idris turns around just in time to not see it happen.
Jesus Christ.
Cornelian and his echo are gonna walk back up towards the. Well, Cornelian's gonna walk back up the stairs
Mm-hmm.
as much as he can. And then, how much movement would I have left?
You have about you have to use about 20 movement to get back up to like the top of the stairs here. If you want to move to the edge, it'll be like 25. But if you want to, you have like 10 movement speed if you have a 30 movement count.
Actually, I'm just gonna instead of walking up the stairs, I want to walk closer towards
Actually, I have a question. You use your feline agility, right?
yes.
So your speed would be at 0 this round, correct?
No. If I want my feline agility to be refreshed, I just have to use 0 movement. I can still move as much as I want. I just can't use it again.
What?
If you used it last round, Dion, you can't move this round.
You can't move.
It reads. Let me read it.
You have to take an entire
Once
round
used, you can't
without
use
moving.
trait until you move 0 feet.
Yeah.
On your
so I
turn.
can move. When
So-
you
Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
let me-
you know what?
Say how
I get what you're saying. Actually, that actually reads correctly. Basically, what it's saying is until you don't move, you can't use this feature again.
yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
can
So
just
you can move right now. You're absolutely correct, and you
Cool.
do so.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to go up the stairs though. I want to move closer to the forest for Mimosa.
oh, so you want to move this way instead?
I'm waiting for stream lag. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I want to have my echo in front of me though.
Your echo and yourself moving here and here
Whatever movement
gets you to there.
to make my echo in front of me.
Yeah, so your echo can get to right here, and I think you can only get right here. I think you can only move 5 feet. Your echo has to move a lot of distance to cover to get up to here. If you want them to move a little closer, they can do like here and here.
Can I be more towards the stairs instead of towards the wolf?
You can be right here. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
That makes me happy.
You're both a little tilted, but you get the idea. Yep, all good.
That is my turn.
You remember you have to reload your rune rifle before you use it again, but you have 5 more shots in your flintlock.
Have I used my bonus action?
No.
I'll reload then.
Yeah, reload your flintlock or the rune rifle.
Reload my rune rifle. I used my.
We'll say you do
my
that. Let-
flintlock doesn't reload.
oh, you know what? You use your bonus action to change weapons, so never mind. You can't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Never mind. You
Yeah.
do not have your bonus
Alright.
action.
Flintlock doesn't need reload. by the
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah, you're. I'm thinking about the hand cannon. Correct. You have a lot of
Yeah.
weapons. Okay.
Alright.
That's my
That's
fault
it for
though.
me.
After you, Cornelian, before Mimosa is the wolf. Rushes down towards Idris. Idris is going to make 2 attacks on you. The first attack is a 14 to hit.
Okay. Hold on.
No worries.
Whew. 16.
Okay. 16 is your armor class.
Yes.
Okay. That attack is a 18, so that one does hit. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Ooh. 13.
13 succeeds. You are not knocked prone, but you do take 10 piercing damage as a bite attack hits you.
Choo.
Yeah, a big bite grabs you on the side on your ankle and thigh. Just huge mouth of a wolf bites in, piercing into you. Hard to keep focus of your friends, but you still maintain that sweet innocence. And Velu, you see behind, Wolf is attacking Idris. That's the end of its turn. After that, it is Mimosa's turn. Mimosa. Father Cruz.
Mimosa's gonna attack the guy.
All right, roll a hit. You can reckless attack this one if you like.
I will. That is 21.
21 hits. After Mimosa, it will be Velu.
13.
This dude is at a very severe pain. He is nearly gone. You smack him once again back into the tree once more. You hear the side of his hip dislocate and the elbow pop as he just screams in anguish. Not down, but severely injured.
Can't do anything else, so that's it.
Okay. Man, it's so close. What you can do, however, if you wanted to drop your rage and bring it back up, you could choose a different rage form if that's so you desire. You have that opportunity to do so with this beast form class. You could just as a note to you. Dropping a rage is a free action, but putting a new one back up is a bonus action. So just putting you in that information out there for you. After Mimosa, it is Velu.
So Velu's gonna I just katana back in, sheath, and battle blade, and there's gonna be this dark type of aura that's gonna come out of his hands, and it's kind of foamy until it forms this blade that's really, really not pitch black, but dark.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to attack the person in front of him.
Yeah. You step forward and attack. Go ahead and roll a hit. I believe you use your intelligence modifier for this as well.
Okay. It doesn't say. It says, okay, for this, it says, right? Because it says I have to roll the hit. Are we in a dark area?
We are. You are in a darkened area.
Okay, then I get advantage. And I don't know what to roll for the modifier.
It should be your intelligence modifier and your proficiency.
Okay. Because it acts as a finesse weapon,
Mm-hmm.
so I would assume it would be +4 and then plus. I think it's just +4.
Yeah,
So
that
I'm
sounds
just
right.
gonna put plus. And since I have advantage, it is going to be 14.
14 hits.
Yay. Okay.
Roll
So-
Z damage.
He's gonna take 4 psychotic damage.
4 psychic damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I meant. to say. You know
Psychotic
what I meant.
damage. You crazy, man.
Psychotic. You crazy.
From behind you slash. Idris, you watch the blade go through this Captain Grung. It doesn't pierce into him, but you see that immediately the mind just whips back and forth and says, Siren, they've taken me. Just immediately throws his hands up again and wails his club into the air. As you have a wolf biting behind you, and now the psychic kind of tears him out. I'm gonna say that your friends kind of ends in this moment, Idris, as the like being messed with his mind. He's not entirely focused on you anymore.
Perfect.
Not a horrible thing, but he is flailing about. Is there anything else you wish to do, Velu?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the end of your turn. It is the captain's turn. He is flailing his thing about. I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. He's just going to stand here and throw, like, literally he's whipping his club around within a 5-foot radius of himself.
Dexterity saving throw.
Both of you.
Mm.
18.
Okay.
9.
9. You don't take any damage, Velu. However, you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Epic.
As he smacks across you and basically hits your hand off of your instrument from what you were previously using, and you stop your tune of what you were playing to cast the friend's spell, and he's like, "Oh, you were never a siren. You were a witch," and just kind of continues to flare about, and he starts screaming, just starts running in a direction. You both can make opportunity attacks if you desire.
Yes,
Sure.
I will.
Why not?
Your opportunity attack is a melee attack for your creature. You have your claws, so you can use your claw attack, Idris, if you so desire.
That's perfect.
For me, is it still with the blade?
With your blade,
that I
yeah.
have?
Yeah, with your blade.
Is it still the same psychotic
Absolutely.
damage? I mean, psychic.
Psychotic damage, sir.
Shut up,
Crazy.
crazy. You become crazy.
He's going crazy, bro. His things in his mind.
6 psychic damage.
Did you roll to hit?
Oh, oops. You so right. You so right.
But I'll hold on to that.
Isn't it
Yeah,
still
yeah.
open so you get advantage still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. Ugh. Nat 20.
Yeah! Go ahead and roll double the dice
21.
on that. 21 hits. Both of you get 6
Ooh.
damage to him.
Ooh.
He takes the 6 damage. And you?
5.
5!
So goaded.
Yeah! Your claws are just a d4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. Did you just roll 1d4?
Yeah.
You need to roll
It's
2d4.
1d4
You
plus-
critical hit.
Oh my gosh, you're right. 4.
Yeah! That's 9 damage.
Yes.
Hell yeah, 9-6. How do you both want to do it for the captain? Like he took his last little bit of damage just now. He does not have a lot of hit points.
I would like to lunge forward even with this wolf like digging its, whatever into my
It's
leg and thigh.
By the way,
I would
this is
like
a
to
part. This is a
latch
partner kill for both of you. So
latch onto his back and drag down as he's moving away.
Oh, I just, like the sword. It just doesn't it just
Yeah.
goes through him. I just
Sword.
poke.
so
I just poke.
it's interesting because Idris, in his like flail of running away, you take a moment to catch him with the claw and you stop him in his tracks. Velu, you see a moment to stab him, and you go to stab and you forget that sword itself is kind of like this illusory type of thing. So you solidify it in his chest and as it solidifies, you see the sword pierce through and you twist, and he falls to the ground. This captain is no more. There is a wolf that you're dealing with now, though. The captain had one turn and he died on it. God damn it. Yeah. Top of the round again. Ymir, you're behind the rocks. You see a lot of stuff going on. You see that Father Cruz is having an issue.
People, right?
You share your round with the pirates, which are a group, and then you also share it with what's it called? The kind of like the assassin type of person that's on Mimosa right now.
And can they?
Oh, sorry, not
go
the assassin
before me?
person on Mimosa, with this person all the way back here who released the wolf. No, that's the pirate. No, it is the assassin person. I'm right. It is that person.
Okay. Can they go before me?
You can hold your turn, yeah.
Okay.
They're all gonna go. One by one. This person here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets to about right here. Takes a check at the situation. He's gonna throw a javelin at you, Velu. Now, rolls a 2.
my god.
Brrr, just kind of like a javelin hits to the side of you right here, missing you. You just see a cowardice like human with a shield in the distance with no weapon now. That's it. They cannot do anything else. Over here, this pirate who's basically at only like one handful of hit points is going to attack Mimosa once again. That is a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Takes 5 piercing damage, reduced to halves to 2.
Can I use my reaction?
You can. Your tail attack might kill him.
That's great. Four.
4. Yeah, how does Mimosa take care of this person? They had 2 hit points left.
Instead of killing them, Mimosa's just gonna hit their head really hard, maybe causing brain damage, but they're unconscious.
The tail whips around, and it's not so much of a tail as it is just an amalgamation of multiple limbs pouring out of this body. Cornelian would be seeing this for the first time a little bit. You see this ichor that pours from the eyes of Mimosa. As you see from behind them, just a shadowy apparel of multiple hands reaches out from behind as they turn their body. A hand grabs onto the face of the pirate here and slams them right back into the tree, and they go limp into the tree. They are out. They're unconscious. So I'll keep this guy in mind. And then that's it for them. They attacked you once just to die. And I don't think there are other pirates about.
Okay.
I think there is one more person that's going to go, but if you want to go now, you can.
Oh. Are they still in my...
They
still
are
in
on
my
your
turn?
initiative, yes.
Yeah, they can go.
Okay. This is the... Right here. They're going to attack Mimosa. They're going to... stab at you. With a 5 that misses, and one more time. Oh. $13 doesn't hit, I don't think.
Nope.
Yeah. So both attacks miss. As you see that with their friend now dropped, they have little ability to kind of maneuver and get the piercing attacks that they once had against Mimosa, and they are kind of slunking away from this barbaric presence. Now it is your turn, Ymir.
Okay. Can I see?
Yeah, you can see.
Like, you...
Like, this is your vision right now, and you see over here, Mimosa is kind of in a battle over here. You see that Idris is getting bitten by a wolf. Velu and Idris have both taken out the captain. They're kind of dead on the ground here. And you also see that Father Cruz is engaged with someone up here on the tower.
How far am I to get in front of the wolf?
You are a little too far. It's a little bit more than 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 feet away.
Wait.
50 to 55 feet. To interject yourself there.
Alright. I think I can get... Wait. I'm on 2 squares, so I don't know which
Oh,
one.
yeah, sorry. You were here. That's my bad. I must have moved you. So you'll have to go 5.
Maybe on the left square, not that square. The one a little... the one
Sure.
to the other side. Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30...
Yeah, 50 to get to this
5.
square.
No. I'm doing diagonals right now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. If you move your hand, like, it's on the corner of the 10. I can get to the 10 with 35.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to right here. So you want to be 35 right here?
You said 30
You're-
and then 35. Yeah.
Yeah, you're 30
Right
right
there.
here, and then 35 is right here. So one or the other.
35 in front of the tent.
You can be like right here.
No, like
yeah. You can
in
be
the
right here.
corner. That corner.
You want to be right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get you there because of freaking object collision, but we'll pretend you're there for now.
Okay. Ymir appears, seeing that his friends are having to deal with this big old wolf, and he will take off his bandana and reveal his right eye, which is it's a medallion scorned into his face skin, but his pupil is within the middle of this eye, this medallion, which is shaped like the sun. And in the middle of it is his pupil, which is purple, full purple. And he will clasp his hands together, and he'll be casting Agonizing Scorcher, as he says. Cinder. Cinder,
Yes, my dear.
could you
Help
Help
you
me
out?
Yeah.
Jinx. This large fiery buildup from the iris as you see the flame kind of taking over the eye for a second, building into the arm all the way till it reaches to your fingertips, and then the agonizing sorcerer sends out.
before it sends out all the ignition that is about to release, he catches it coming from his skin. It pulses purple, so it starts off red and pulses in a magenta purple, and he forms it into a bead within his hand, opens his mouth and dips it into his down his throat, and then expands his chest and lets out a roll of flames. I'm directing the spell to the wolf and behind the wolf,
To this guy right here.
to the guy right there.
Absolutely.
And what comes out is just a pure beam, not even like flame. It's pure, just straight purple beam
Yeah.
as he like screams, and it jets out in between passing Idris.
I believe they made saving throws for this, yes? Or is there a roll to hit for
Yeah,
you?
they do.
Well, the wolf gets a 14 on their save. The
Okay,
pirate does not. They get a 11.
Okay. And that's 3d6 damage of unresisted flame.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say 30? No, I said 30. Okay. That's 17 damage.
17 damage. This pirate's out. They're unable to like withstand the bead of this pressure that you're putting out there, and even then you blast a hole inside of them from what you do with this power, and you see that past their shield burns and melts, and also the armor that is whatever metallical pieces they may have had on them singes into their body and melts a hole inside of them, and they just fall down. They basically melt asunder in their spot. The wolf, however, they take the big singe of damage, they whimper, and they pick themselves a little bit back up. They're still standing from the damage.
You see as basically the Saro beam ends, there's licks of flame on the wolf's fur that remain.
Mm-hmm. It lingers.
And I think that's the end of my turn.
That is the end of your turn. After your turn, it is Father Cruz.
For bonus action,
This
can I
guy
drop my
never.
shield?
This guy goes right after you. Yeah, you can drop your shield. Your sanctuary. You mean?
No, not my shield.
Oh, yeah. You drop your actual physical shield.
I'm gonna great axe this guy.
Okay. You drop your shield. It goes down like bing, ding, 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 and you like reach over from your side, unsheathing a great axe, holding it tightly and within both your hands.
Does a 21 hit?
That most certainly hits.
12.
12 damage. That hits. You slash into him, and he kind of catches it with his side in his hand. You see he grits his teeth. His blood splatter comes from the teeth. Anything else?
No, unless I can drop the pocket card on him.
It's an action to open, so unfortunately not. But it is a good idea. You might want to try it out.
I will.
Is
Right,
there?
that's it.
It's everything for you. Okay, they get to go. They feel that, and they're like, "Oh no, we're talking." He rages, and he is going to strike at you recklessly. 19 to hit.
But he has to make the wisdom saving throw. It's a sanctuary.
So does a 19 save?
No, you have to roll a wisdom. Like, you
Yeah.
have to
So
roll-
I rolled a 19 on the dice. I'm using that same roll for the wisdom save. Does that work?
No, you have to roll again.
Okay.
It's you roll to hit, and then if you hit, you have to roll a save.
Oh, gotcha. Roll for the save. Of which he rolls an 18. That's cool.
Yeah.
Strikes. 9 bludgeoning damage as you take that to your side as well, as the great axe is sunk into him, and now a mace with spikes and everything like that hits into you as well, taking the bludgeoning damage. 9 damage. And he's like bloodied and happy. His eyes are ready and open. You see like someone who's like enjoying themselves in front of you. It's like, I'm gonna get me a new soul. That's all they say. After their turn, it is going to be Idris and then Carnelian following. Idris, you are being attacked from behind by a wolf.
Yeah, I figured. Let's see here. What can I cast? How far away is everybody?
You have some people in your immediate vicinity.
Man, this sucks. Okay. I would love, because I just need to get this thing off of me. Can I cast Thunderwave?
You can. Thunderwave is what's the range of Thunderwave?
15. It's a wave of thunder as force sweeps out from you. So each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you can move that so that way it doesn't hit anybody else other than this
Let's
wolf.
do that. I was gonna say let's move me first so we can kind of.
You can't really disengage with this wolf. However,
Mhm.
you can move and migrate around to where it's only hitting them. So that works out.
That's perfect. Let's do that.
All right, you go ahead and do Thunderwave. It's a save.
Yes, it's a Constitution save.
They rolled a 13 save.
Yeah, it doesn't hit.
Okay. Did they take half damage or anything like that?
Let's see here.
I think it's a cantrip, so I don't think so.
On a failed save, creature takes. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Okay, roll the half damage. Roll full, take half.
Just 2.
2 damage. It doesn't seem very affected. You send out this massive wave of energy that you see kind of goes past its ears. The flame still lingers on its body and flickers more than the resonation of your magic spell does. You take notice of this, noticing that whatever Ymir has done is way more powerful than what you have. Like, this is not of normal magic. Is there anything else you wish to do?
Is it possible to kind of retreat backwards, or is it still like ripping on
You will
me?
get an opportunity attack if that happens.
If I retreat backwards?
Because you'll be leaving its threatened area and it will strike at you.
I'll remain there then.
Okay. You remain within the vicinity. You can inspire somebody though if you wish, being a bard.
We'll do Vilu.
Vilu, you are inspired. How do you inspire your friend Vilu?
Let's see her.
Following Aegis, it will be Cornelian.
It would be funny if I just counterspell.
Counterspell what?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Counterspell and inspiration?
Level.
Oh, sorry. Give me a second. Sorry, background people.
Uh-huh.
Let's see here. Can I do Mantle of Inspiration? It's a bonus action. Spend 1 bardic inspiration to grant 5 temporary HP.
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
I would do that. I'll do that for Vilu.
Vilu,
And can I actually do? Can I do it for Vilu and for Ymir?
you can't do it for
because it's
2
2
people. Is
It says up to 2 creatures you can see.
Ooh.
And I can
You can also
see
do it for
what's-
yourself too, as well.
Oh, can I do that? Just me and Vilu, please.
That's fine. You can do it for yourself and Vilu.
Please.
Don't cry. You get 5 temporary HP, and also Vilu, you feel this surge of health and boost of your vitality as it just kind of looks over to you, giving like a nodding motion and a song of inspiration.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to interject. It says each creature can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
That absolutely is true about mental inspiration, so you can move now. Yeah, you and Vilu.
I'm going to back up and get away from it. Get
Did
away
I-
from me!
Did I also get one or no?
No,
No.
it's you and Velu.
That's up to 2
Velu, where do you
people.
want to go?
I'm gonna try to come from.
This is your
behind
reactions,
it.
by the way.
Oh, this is my reaction.
This is your reaction.
Oh, damn.
It's an option to use, though, if you don't want to.
I do not want to use my reaction.
Okay. It just you leave the provoked opportunity area. The wolf is none the wiser, burning and flickering in flame. Next to go is Carnelian.
Okay, so I'm able to see the wolf and the kind of pirate in front of Mimosa, right?
Yeah, you see both.
Okay, which one is more bloodied?
Bloodied, the one next to the wolf is like in a danger zone right now, and then the one in front of Mimosa looks less hurt.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the wolf then.
You shoot the wolf. You turn your body, seeing in the distance the wolf who is currently flickering in this purplish flame. Oh, go ahead and roll to hit.
Not one.
The shot goes wide and fires off to the side. As the shot fires, you natural 1. I need you to roll for a d20 for a jam.
Oh, great. Just a flat d20.
Mm-hmm. Actually, no. You have a chance of it combusting. This is a percentage.
So 100.
Let me make sure. Yeah, it has a 10% chance. Roll a d100.
56.
56. It does not combust, so you don't take the damage from it, but your weapon is jammed.
Okay.
You must take an action to fix it.
Okay. I will walk up with my echo to get closer to the pirate.
Yeah, you get to right here, and your echo, if you're moving it as well, it gets to right here with you. If one of you wants to be like right next to it, it can, but one of you will have to be like step back.
I have to be within 15 range of my echo. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would like my echo to be right next to it.
Okay.
That would be cool.
So you can go right
Um,
here, but then you have to take a step back.
Okay. I have to use an entire action to fix
Yes. In order for you to
Um,
fix that weapon. You have another one.
that. Okay. I'm gonna use Unleash Incarnation
Mm-hmm.
for the last time.
Yeah, you use it. Go ahead.
16.
16 hits.
8 damage.
8 damage. They're still standing, but Carnation, that's the last one you got.
Yep. And I don't need to reload anything, so that's it.
Yeah. After that, the Echo kind of stands there illusory in its form. Mimosa doesn't know left and right from what it's trying to attack and grasp. You see like the weird display of like terror that's happening in this corner of the encampment. After your turn, the wolf goes. I believe at the top of his turn, it takes that fire damage.
Yeah, it needs to roll a saving.
Rolls a saving throw. Rolls a 7. Does not save.
64.
Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
I don't want to be that guy, but the guy in the tower has not been shooting.
Nope.
We'll figure it out one day.
2 fire damage.
How do you want to do it? It was so. It literally had a hit point after your thing. And I was like, if anybody hits this thing, and then the nat 1 happened, and I was like, man, he's about to steal that.
Ymir looks at it, and it looks at Ymir as the flames that are still upon its fur flicker, and then agitate and sharpen into like spikes and stab into his body.
You hear like a whimper as the flame flickers one last time, and the fur singes into this black mat, and eventually the wolf falls, pierced with its own flame, unable to do anything. That is its turn because it died. Velu, you are present and you see nothing in front of you anymore because the dog itself has fallen asunder to the flame that was surrounding it.
Was it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
Is it Mimosa first?
Oh, Mimosa. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. It is Mimosa's turn. I apologize. I completely skipped over Mimosa. Mimosa,
like-
you're having some things going on over here. So,
Mimosa's gonna attack this dude.
roll a hit.
22.
Hits.
Um. 15.
15 damage. Ma'am, you see that the hammer once again makes a strike into this creature, and with the echo like showing up in the like basically right next to it, you see that the person is confused by the massive like shadowy figures that are now surrounding it, including Mimosa's like intimidating presence. As the smack hits into them, they get knocked back a little bit onto the ground and pick themselves back up, but they are wobbly, and you can tell that they are very low. There is lack of fight in this person. Anything else from Mimosa?
Like, a lack of fight if they don't want to be there, or...
You don't know if they're going to run or not.
I can't do anything else.
Okay. At the end of Mimosa's turn is Velu's turn. Velu, you are staring down the path. Less and less people have shown up. You see cages to your left. You see that there is a group of fighters over here that have now like emerged themselves over here, along with some strange like echoey forms and shadows just lurking in the distance. Ymir, who is currently like, I'm not sure if Ymir's like currently like exhausted or have shown any type of like feature of mental exhaustion, but you look over to your friend and you see that they have just released like this massive spell, and it has like now just you see like the flames and like little tiny embers that remain from the singes of fur on a wolf that has now expired.
You see a big smile on Ymir's face. You see his whole face, and
Um,
he doesn't seem exhausted.
Okay.
One second.
No worries. After Velu, it's going to be Ymir, along with anybody else remaining.
Do I see? Does Velu see what's happening where Mimosa is? at?
Not really. You'd probably have to get a better look. It's dark, right? That's like less to say, but also you're being blocked by like trees and tents and such, so you don't really have much of a visual. All you see is that Cornelian has rushed forward with some type of shadowy form of themselves and is like blasting in the area.
Can I move towards? Can I move so I can see?
Yeah, sure. How much distance do you want to move?
30.
30 straight line from here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You get the 30 right here, and you can see now that Mimosa is engaged with looks to be like a small like type of assassin, and you see that Mimosa has help from Cornelian and some other shadowy figure.
I cast magic missile. Sorry.
Psychotic damage.
Psychotic damage.
Roll
You're crazy,
roll the
man.
d4s. You're sending all three to there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
9, 10, 11.
How do you want to do it? It's so little at HP. It had 10.
So one of the missiles. Oh wait, all of the missiles hit at the same time, right? Yes.
You can choose however you want it to be.
Oh, okay. So, one of the missiles is gonna hit him from behind, and it's gonna like push him forward, and the other missile is gonna hit him in front, and push him back, and the last missile is gonna hit his head, and potentially cause his head to explode. Maybe? Question mark?
Oh yeah, naturally. There's so many like
Yeah.
bludgeoning like attacks that have already occurred to this creature, along with like the encounter from Cornelian. They're like looking left and right, and immediately from behind they feel the missile hit into their backside as the force damage boom, hits them forward, boom, hits them back, and they look up and they see one more like a freaking predator drone, just like shooting downwards towards their skull, and just their head explodes. This splat of like their brains explodes, and they are no longer there.
Christ almighty.
And then
then I got 10 more feet
Mhm.
because I can walk 40. I'm gonna walk towards the cage.
you can get to right here for now, or you can get to like right here actually. You see from your perceptive vision a small little girl and what looks to be some woman in their cage.
Okay.
Yeah. After your turn, Velu, it is Ymir's turn. Ymir, there is one other creature on this battlefield.
Ymir is gonna look at what he's done and then put his bandana back around his eye, calming down a bit as he was like exalted in that moment, and he'll turn back to the tower where he knows Cruz was at dealing with some guy, and where he knows that someone's at who shot at him. And does he see anything from up there?
He won't be able to see anything into the tower. However, you do see the staircase going up towards the tower where Father Cruz may have went.
Nah, Ymir's just gonna look up and lift up his hand and crunch it into the sky, and he's gonna cast Shatter on wherever he was shot at.
You can shatter like directly like where you were shot at from. It will hurt any like physical objects, so you could like crush the building
I
potentially.
want to crush. I want to crush the building. It's like crushing. Like the spell looks like crushing.
Make an
paper.
Arcana check for me. Actually, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if you're able to do something here.
17.
17. You take notice of the vine that's hanging here. What you do notice is that there is some load bearingness to that. So if you were to able to shatter the vine, you might find some structural integrity problems with this building that may assist. If you were to target towards that area.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you notice this, and you kind of like the eyes dart left and right, and you kind of triangulate like what this leaned on as you see like the tower is now leaning on its own like accord, and as you shatter it, the vine removes itself from existence because it just fades. Your shatter does damage. Go to roll the damage for that, and I will let you know.
I'd like
what
to move.
happens. You can move too. You can move.
I'd like to not.
Yeah,
be in
this right there. Yeah, sure.
So, oh wait. Okay. 3d6. I mean 3d8. I keep saying 3d6. 20 damage. 20 thunder damage.
20 thunder damage. Okay. You do this
I'm
damage and you rush.
I'm gonna back off.
Are you gonna
to
run
where
this way? Oh, Idris. Okay.
Idris.
You get
I'm
over
gonna
here
go
to Idris's. I'm gonna say that happens at the same time because as that does happen, a large rumbling you hear inside Father Cruz as both you kind of shake on the banister and both wobble left and right as you guys lose mobility. I'm gonna roll a dex save for this guy because he is literally named Clumsy Ivan. Natural 1 on his fucking roll. He just fucking just falls. Father Cruz, you have the axe that like tears out of him as he falls and starts rolling down like no, like very Emperor Palpatine style. He takes the bludgeoning damage from the fall and basically dies. He can't do very much beyond that. He does stand. He doesn't die actually. He doesn't die. Oh wow. He stands back up. He stands back up and he just kind of looks at you, Father Cruz, and he just shakes a fist. He's like, "Where's my sword?" He just shakes at you. You don't have to make the dex save. It wasn't as much of a shake for you as it was for them. However, you do notice that the door like kind of blasts open.
That's great.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna go in there.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
The inside of here, you climb up and you see currently like locked and loaded, just staring at the entryway is a pirate who is just holding a gun and just basically locked themselves into this building because they know that like they're being surrounded. You enter into the building. They hold a gun up to you. They've been holding their action to fire for 2 rounds now. They're going to shoot at you as soon as you enter. It is point blank though, so they do shoot at disadvantage, which is a 8, which misses. The shot goes wide and fires to the right, and just hits off the stone. You see that most of the tower inside of here with the shatter, he has taken some of the thunder damage, and you see like the ceiling is just completely like asunder. Rocks have fallen. He has been hit by multiple bludgeoning objects, and he is currently just backed up into the corner and just like holding a gun at you. Come no further.
Cruz is just gonna take a single step. He holds his goddamn great axe and swing.
Go ahead, roll the hit.
Today's a good day. Nat 20.
Natural 20 on your great axe swing. Roll the damage.
I'm gonna kill him. 9.
How do you want to do it? He lost so much from the thunder. He's
I'm not gonna kill him. But man, I want to.
hold on.
I can hear
I'm just
the,
gonna
I can
take
hear
a
the Kirby
single
in your voice.
You might not have an option here. I'm gonna have you roll a religion check.
Okay. Hold on. I
with
need help.
with the respect towards your nat 20, roll
Can I
religion.
guidance?
No.
Not. It's okay if I can.
This is
13.
13. Okay. You feel something that you haven't felt since your hometown. That feeling of time, of the essence, the moments of moments where people have met their ends and meaning to end and start their new beginnings. You look at a person in front of you whose time has come. And you
Like
feel
religion has told me to do it.
you sit here and you kind of stare, and in your mind, for the first time in a very, very long time, you hear, "What are you waiting for? Send him to me."
Cruz will obey.
Yo, that's fire.
And you slice
it's-
down.
No.
Oh.
With the grade, it's a great axe. What I'm gonna do, take his head clear off so he can never come back.
You tighten your grip, swing wide. For a moment, you hear, "Wait, no, please!" And whoosh, clean off. Yes. Very good. I'll make sure they come back special and brave. I am so proud of you, Father Cruz. That's all you hear. That is the end of the combat. We're actually going to take our break.
Let's go.
I
Let's
will be
go.
back in 20 minutes. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I need to run to the store.
We went a little bit over our 2-hour mark, so return back at 9:40, and we will try to wrap up as much as we can. So, everybody,
Thanks.
excellent work. We'll see each other very soon. Feel free to mute.
I shake that tower for you. Hell yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry, man.
Bro.
You
I
know,
was
no,
like-
Cruz is thankful.
Bro, I was like, man, Cruz hasn't been able to do shit because of this guy.
This guy was just like, "It was a nice sword."
Being able to
This is
kill that guy
cool.
actually, like, it cured me. Like, me. I
I was
think I'd
so
be able to
happy for
kill
you.
anybody.
I was so happy for you when you nat 20. You sounded so sad when you said, thanks. Thanks. That just sounded so nice.
there was just this pause of like acceptance. Cat was like, "Not today, I guess. Maybe next 10 sessions I'll get."
Maybe the next 40 minutes I'll be able to do something.
Reminding yourself that you couldn't kill him also sent me a little bit. You were like, wait, I'm not gonna kill him. And you sounded so sad.
We only have one guy alive, right?
2.
2? Oh yeah, the other guy didn't die.
Mm-mm. However, that's a good point. Anyways, you guys have 2. Who's here right now? Are we missing
Who's
2? I
second guy
believe.
alive?
Your little clumsy Ivan.
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
the first guy then?
The first guy, Potato, knocked somebody out, but didn't
No, it's
kill
fine.
them.
I got plans.
Yeah, we need one person alive.
Yeah, I got plans.
Okay.
I don't see why you need any of them alive, but sure.
I mean,
To tell
good
this
to get info.
Killing
Let
bad.
others know.
Tell them of our tale. We're literally thieves.
Also, Jacob, to be clear, like for future reference, subtle spell does nothing. Like I'm not supposed to be detected. That's the whole premise of it.
It's not about
So-
being protected. There are components to casting a spell, I understand. But the dilemma is that somebody had been cast with a spell and someone was watching. You weren't
But
stealthed or anything like
The,
that.
the point is they can't see me do hand movements, so they don't know who casted that spell.
What does subtle spell get rid of?
It gets rid of my
All
verbal and
components.
somatics.
Okay,
I had no materials. So if there's no verbal, no somatic, and no material, they don't know what I'm doing. All I did was look at him.
Perhaps I have played that incorrectly then. However, I think given the situation, there was a a scope down on basically everybody who was not stealth, which was you and Father Cruz. Father Cruz took the step to the with you and basically became in sights. So there was a spectacle on both of you, no matter if any situation got hairy.
And that's fair, but they don't. The thing is, for the person looking down on those sites, they technically don't even know that the captain got casted blindness or deafness because there's no visual effects on him.
Mm-hmm.
He just goes blind and deaf.
Yeah, and I think that is fair. Maybe I'll work that out a different way.
Didn't you
in the
have him
future.
like scream though, like, huh, what's happening?
Yeah, like, but that's the thing though. He didn't say, a spell got casted on me. He
Sorry,
just.
I'm back.
So technically, that's not even.
I mean, these
Like,
these
uh,
also these pirates are pirates. You know, like they can shoot whoever they want, and they don't necessarily wait for the captain's orders to do so. It's just that just happens sometimes, and they act in a rambunctious manner because they believe they are better potentially. So they obviously weren't granted your arrival, but you know the actions turned out as they did, and we made it work out. So
All right.
I think it worked out for the best, but I will take into consideration your subtle spell into the future for something very similar in that nature. I will take that note, because that's all I can do at this moment. However, is everybody here?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
so. We got Zap. I think it's the only one I haven't heard a voice from.
You're...
Zap!
I said
Ah!
Jenny.
Welcome. Let's get started. Flames flickering from a campfire that still remain next to Mimosa's visual sight. The rage ends for Mimosa as the ichor that still remains dries onto the face. Next to Mimosa, a shadowy figure curls and forms around next to Carnelian. A very similar form. Father Cruz, for Mimosa, could you roll a investigation check?
Okay.
A 2. Unable to really make out most of what's going on, Carnelian, your echo kind of lingers for a moment, and for a moment your mouth kind of like rests agape, just kind of like reaching out once more to like kind of grab onto the echo, and the echo, as the moment passes, just kind of vanishes from the air.
Currently, will pause for a second, watching it fully vanish, and then walk over to the cages.
Velo, you've already started your approach. 2 cages remain closed. A little girl sitting in one, and a older woman sitting in the other. You would have the first interaction.
I would try to unlock the cages.
You get to the first one and you start making a unlocking attempt to the cage. You don't have any thieves tools, so go ahead and just make a dexterity check.
Can I loot bodies?
Yeah, you can run around and do that. Just make a there's no investigation. You'll just take some time to do that. Like you'll take you like a roughly like maybe 20 minutes to go through all the pockets of everybody around.
I'll look for some cool hats too.
Bongo just flies kind of like into the scene from the trees down to you, Ymir. This kind of lands on you and just like and just jumps to a body and starts looting it, just taking all the things out of its pockets and just tossing it into the air. It starts kind of like licking up some of the blood off the side of one of them.
18.
Not hard to figure out this lock. It's very juvenile. I mean, it's just a barred front side, and then it looks like there's chain wrapped around it. Not very difficult, but a child could definitely not open this, and this is the one that you're opening. So you're like taking it apart right now. It takes some time. From the other side, you kind of see tucked away in the corner. It's like looks up at you, a little bit shy. It's like, are they done?
Who?
Bad people.
Yeah, they're gone.
So you see kind of like a curl of the knees a little bit more as you're kind of wrap the chain of the gate a little bit more and more. The older woman in the other cage is like, who are you?
A friendly fellow
you finish unlocking the cage and open the door for the first one. Carnelian, you approach over to the second cage. The rest of you, Father Cruz, you are in the tower, the head rolled. In your mind, you're kind of like, you drop to your knees and you just feel this voice, the tears kind of flowing from your eyes for a moment as you kind of just look up and you feel that ultimate pental release that you've been waiting for, that call, that journey that you've been making. This is the one time in a long time have you heard any call.
Cruz is just gonna like utter a thank you and stand up. He's just gonna leave the body behind him.
You stand, still within the confines of your just surroundings. You're just still hearing this like whisper into your mind. It's time, my disciple. Find my shrine. That's it.
Cruz didn't bother asking where because he knows he wouldn't get it.
Mm-hmm. you kind of like this, like your eyes widen open. It's like, try, what the fuck, try. It's like you stand up for a second, look at the body. It has there looks like a rune rifle that's on the ground. It looks to have some caliber of attachments and stuff to it. You could pick it up if you like. Along with, they have some like useless armor.
This is me talking. Does it have a cape?
It, like one of like the person?
Okay, the body, yes.
No, the body does not have a cape. The body has like this half plate armor.
Cruz is just gonna turn around and leave it.
Okay.
It has no need for a burial, anyways.
Yeah, you
And then
leave
he's
it.
gonna make his way.
Go down the tower steps.
The other guy.
As you step down the tower steps, the door is closed, but you hear banging on the opposite side of the door. Oi! Let me in! All of you guys who are still within, searching around, Ymir, Idris, Carnelian, you're walking over to the cages. Ymir and Idris, you're the only two that really hear this. Mimosa is kind of just like regaining their self back, still over by the campfire and staying near the light. Idris, Ymir, you hear this like, hey, let me in, from the back of the tower while you're looting. Ymir, at this point, from just kind of, you're halfway done with looting some of the bodies. You've managed to pull like many leathers, lots of like different scabbards, swords that were on them. You see that most of them had like maces or clubs, shields, like small like parrying shields. You alone, Ymir, have gathered about just 42 gold and like 17 silver. But you see Bongo, who has basically collected like a little bit more, is like holding some gold coins in their hands and just kind of like holding kind of like a shovel full in their chest, just like
Gimme. Good job.
Woo!
Hey, wait. No, we're partners. This is a partnership.
Just like kind of like backs up some
I
of the
have bigger
coins drop.
pockets.
A coin drops between you and Bongo, like within equal distance, and you both just make eye contact and look down at the coin and look up at each other.
Calm down.
Don't.
Okay.
This
No,
is
relax.
just kind of like looks,
Relax.
starts moving over towards the coin.
Bongo, I have bigger pockets. What are you doing? You're gonna drop all the coins.
Goes to pick up the one coin, drops all the other coins.
Oh my goodness.
And runs away with the one coin.
Okay. Grab the rest.
You
How
got-
much is the rest?
The rest is about 22 gold. Idris, you hear the call from beyond the tower, along with Ymir.
Wanna hear it?
I'd love to investigate it.
Yeah, you kind of walk over. You see there's still a pirate just banging on the door. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to be in there.
Who are you talking to?
Huh? Just like turns to you. Well, who are you?
Who are you?
Ivan.
What was your name? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Ivan.
Ivan. What a lovely name you have.
Oh.
I'm Idris. It's so nice to meet you.
You hear Idris's voice on the opposite side of the door, Father Cruz.
Cruz is gonna immediately open the door.
You open the door slowly. No attention is paid to you as you see just kind of standing there, bloodied, still has an axe wound in their side. Like, just looks over. It's like, well, it's very kind of you to say that.
You look rather beat up. Are you alright?
I fell. The tower
fell?
shook.
Oh.
How tall is Ivan?
Poor
Ivan's
thing.
about maybe. He's like a good 5'8". He's not very tall.
my-
Cruz
my
is
God,
gonna
we're all
pick him
looking
up
He's
by
just
the back
stout.
of
He's
his
just
shirt.
stout. Huh?
Cruz is gonna pick him up by the back of his shirt and throw him over his shoulder.
You are not strong enough to pick this guy up.
Am I? I mean, I thought Furball lets me do that. Have carry one size larger.
You can carry one size larger. This dude is about 200 to 250 pounds.
I'm 7 feet tall.
Your strength score will rely on your. If you want to attempt to lift him, make an athletics check. I'll allow you that. It won't be free.
Manage myself.
I'm still playing battle music. I should probably stop that. Maybe we have the. Maybe we keep it going. You know what I mean? Depending on this,
Gonna fight each other.
right?
18.
18. Okay, you managed to lift him up a little bit. It's a shaky wobble of lifting him up.
Oh.
But Father Cruz was like, "Oh, hey, where'd the floor go?
Oh. Father Cruz, hold on now. Hold on.
Wait, hey, you were supposed to be in the tower."
Ivan, could you tell me what you guys are doing here?
Just like blood's like gushing from the side. Well, this one was gonna give me his sword. He said he was gonna give me his sword, and I
Idris
was
is
gonna let him
walk
have the
over-
key.
She's gonna walk over and like take whatever kind of cloth that she has and bunch it up and kind of press it to his side to try and
Ooh.
stop the bleeding.
Ugh.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
It hurts a
sorry.
little bit. After
I
my
know, it's-
adrenaline falls, it kind
It's
of
gonna
hurts.
help stifle. I know. It's gonna help stifle that blood. So you're here for Father Cruz's sword, and you said you'd give him a key. What are you all, meaning you and your group? What were you all doing here?
Father Cruz like holding this guy up, who's kind of like just being pushed over by Idris. You can't help but look at Idris with like this face of like, "Come on now."
Cruz is gonna like be like, all right, let's talk on the way, and just make his way down the stairs.
You walk with him and kind of have to drag him along. Your arm loses that like strength to hold him up more than it does just to drag him along. It's like, well, I can walk myself. I have legs.
You
I'm
could
sure
hold
you
his
can.
hands.
My captain won't take kindly to you making fun of me. He makes fun of me the most.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Flashback of body.
Yeah, he hasn't seen anything
I
yet.
I don't think he's gonna be making fun of you. for
Ymir,
much
you're like
longer.
currently on the captain's body, and sure enough, you're like kind of digging through like the pack and satchels and stuff. You kind of reach into side, and you kind of feel something kind of feathery.
Ooh, I
You
grab it.
and you like open the pack that they have on them. You look inside. You see something kind of folded up. This reddish like cloth that you pull out. The cloth is embroidered with gold on the outside rim, and as you kind of unfold it, you see it kind of flaps out, and a feather of black kind of flies out on the top. You see it concaves itself in a way that would come to a point at one end and then out to the other side, kind of like a ranger's helm, but also with the countenance of like a sailor's like or pirate's hat.
It's a fucking pirate's hat. He puts it on immediately.
You,
Archimedes!
oh, that's my captain's. Oh my god, captain! And just like he
I'm
looks
the
down.
captain now.
What?
I'm,
It's not true. He wouldn't make you captain.
you answer to me now.
Okay.
I mean, he does have the hat and all now.
He
doesn't
does have the hat.
Anyone with the captain's hat is the captain.
Anybody who has it.
Now kneel.
Deals.
I'm just kidding. You
Right.
can see it.
That's
Velu
the
is
number,
gonna
Matt.
come from behind your mirror and he's gonna cast Vault
On.
Ymir.
Oh, you get shocked from behind, Ymir. Just-
You're not the captain.
Well, it's not. He's wearing the hat. You can see he's wearing it.
Ymir goes to shake Vilu's hand and cast shocking grasp.
You're gonna do damage to him, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. Roll to hit. It's a melee attack.
14.
Misses, I think.
Yeah, because my thingy is still at 19 right now.
Yeah. You go to shake the hand. Velu kind of like does this like tango style like turn to the hip, and like you fall a little bit forward past him. The shocking grasp releases. You lose that spell or whatever it might be. If it's a cantrip, it's fine. The spell releases. You see the shock kind of grabs onto the ground and just shocks into the ground a bit. You kind of jolt yourself with your own shock. You look up and you see Carnelian, who's still walking over towards the other cage. You see one door open, Carnelian, with the little girl. You see another one with a grown woman kind of inside. She's like looking around. It's like, well, you gonna let me out?
I mean, I guess Cornelian will let her out.
You start unlocking. Go ahead and you don't have thieves tools, so again, it's a dexterity check.
Just a flat dex, not like a sleight of hand.
Not sleight of hand, just dex.
16.
16. This lock's a little bit more complicated. Unfortunately, you're not able to really pry open the lock. You can try to break the cage down if you like, but unfortunately,
Can I shoot the lock.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. No roll to hit
Okay.
needed. You unleash one of your ammunition into the lock and just like hit it. You see it breaks apart. Magical ammunition. Sure enough, the lock kind of swings loose and falls, and the cage opens. She kind of like walks up and slowly kind of passes you for a second. Thanks.
Yep. Cornelian will walk over
The
to
little girl kind of like rushes over and like hugs on the woman real quick first, and then kind of looks at you for a second. It's like, wow.
Is she the one that I was looking for?
You never got a name, so you're not entirely
Red hair,
sure.
freckles.
Yeah, she has same.
Okay, so
like-
that's the one I was looking for.
Mhm.
So Cornelia will kind of squat down onto one knee, getting to her level, I assume.
Mhm.
More so.
Yeah.
And just look at her and be like, well, how's about we go take you back to the village and you can see your brother?
Oh. Okay. I'm a little tired.
How tall is she?
Like maybe like 3 foot, like 2 maybe.
So shouldn't we going down to one knee?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can try to make our. How long did it take to get over here?
You guys, it's it's night and it's raining right now. It's actually thundering
Okay.
and raining right now. You guys are like
Maybe-
still standing in the rain for those who are outside, and it's just like kind of starting to come down a little bit.
Okay. We can probably take shelter first, and then we can head back in the morning. Okay.
Nods for a second.
Okay.
The woman, the kind of like just stands there and like kind of like reaches over to her. It's like, it's all right, Dahlia. We'll take you home.
Okay. Cornelia will look at the lady and be like, if you want to bunker down with us and make our way over together, we can.
Yeah, I need to find my stuff. Have you guys seen like a staff and a couple of like nature-y type things anywhere?
Nope. Cornelia will walk over to Medusa.
Come, well, help me find my stuff, Dahlia. And she nods like, okay, Miss Blair. Just keeps walking.
Try to keep a passive eye on Dahlia.
Yeah, you're watching them go. Returning back to the other group, Ivan's just like still on his knees, kind of bowing down. It's like, oh, Captain, my Captain.
Okay, no, don't do that. I said you could stand. It's funny.
Oh.
It's fine.
Okay, whatever you say, Captain.
Do you know if this camp has any cool magical things that I could steal from you? I mean, for myself, because I'm the captain. I own everything.
I don't get the magical things. That goes to the captain. And he points at
And
you.
did the captain get any magical things as of late?
I don't know. He kind of doesn't share anything with me.
Ivan, I need you to be more useful. Now that I am captain, you're my right-hand man.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I'm not good.
You are not clumsy Ivan anymore. You are stable Mabel. Okay?
Stable Mabel. Huh.
Now, Mabel, show me around this camp and get me cool, fun things to look at.
I don't. There's a
No,
tent.
no,
He points at the tent. He's like, that tent is not my tent. That's the captain's tent.
Perfect. That is now my tent. I love you, stable Mabel.
Oh, thank
And I'll run
you.
into it.
The captain. Just like laughs a bit. There's a count. There's like everybody's kind of like looking around and like nodding, like, yeah, this is okay. This kind of scene plays out for a bit longer. Cornelian, you return back to the group. All 6 of you are close. Mimosa returns slowly back over to you, Father Cruz, and kind of just like looks beaten a bit. This is probably the worst you've seen Mimosa like damaged in a way, even though it's not that much. But you can see they kind of got ganged up on. Mimosa like has like stab wounds and like different such, like kind of pouring out blood, like he's kind of holding still, looking at you.
Can
Cruz
I
is gonna-
cast?
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was just gonna full heal Mimosa.
Mimosa kind of like looks at you and just nods. You heal him. You can cast or do a lay on hands or whatever you're choosing to do. The healing magic kind of returns back to Mimosa and kind of brings back that vitality. Mimosa kind of looks back up at you and just says, "It's getting dark."
It is.
Cornelian, I don't want to go to the group, by the way. I
Oh.
wanted to look at the fainted body.
Okay.
That's not actually dead.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mimosa bring it
Oh,
back.
wait.
Yeah, there's a pirate body that's kind of like knocked out. You saw the one that Mimosa like knocked out, and you see like there's like marks across the body and like from bludgeoning, ribs broken. Like it's very dense, but you do still see the shallow breathing from the rise and down of their chest.
Yeah. Cornelian will look at that body, and then he'll look back at the other person that was left alive, and he'll look back at the body and shoot it.
The live one?
The one that's barely alive.
Does Cruz hear it?
You have to reload your rune rifle for it to be silenced.
I'm not doing rune rifle.
Oh, you're just gonna
I'm
make it
doing
loud.
my arcane flintlock.
Arcane flintlock. Yeah, everybody's gonna hear that. So you shoot,
How close
bang.
is he? Wait, how close is he?
Oh no.
Far.
He's like good 40-50 feet.
Cruz is gonna go to Carnelian immediately.
Yeah, you
Good,
you guys
gonna
all hear the
follow.
gunshot for a second. You guys kind of hear the and just kind of look in the distance. You see Carnelian, who's like standing over a body and just kind of like the gun's still held there. The gun's like runic, like purplish, like glow kind of dies down as it rests back to its normal state. Father Cruz, you approach. Mimosa's behind you.
What did you do?
Mercy.
Mercy. The battle was over.
Yeah, and that guy was crushed, barely living. So,
And he could have had a life ahead of him.
well, not anymore.
It wasn't up to you to do that. Could I spare the die in him?
No, he was at 0, and then this gunshot sent him 2 into a death save. So let me see real quick. Let me roll his death save. If he makes this successful one, you could spare the dying him, all right? Rolls a 10 on the die. That's a success. So you can spare the dying still.
I will.
Carnelian, you look and you see the body that's like bleeding out, and you see Father Cruz puts a hand out. And show me what your spare the dying looks like, Father Cruz.
I'm gonna just look disgusted at Carnelian while I grab I don't know, like the body's hand and say, "Look, it's still they're still alive."
Yeah, you grab the
While they
hand.
come back to life.
Yeah, you grab the hand and the color kind of returns back to the pigmentation of the face. And as the spare the dying hits, you see that the raising of the chest still commences even after your gunshot, Cornelian. And you kind of you stare in confusion, but you also kind of look at Father Cruz in the sense of, you can't really battle this right now. So you don't know what to do other than to leave. But it's again, what you were doing was a mercy, but maybe it's not seen the same way both ways.
Yeah. Cornelian will just shrug and like keep him to suffer, I guess, and they'll walk away.
Bruce will heal him for 2 and then pick the body up.
Can I also cast Healing Word on them?
Yeah, you both can approach and do that. Mimosa's kind of just standing there and just like looking at everything. It's like looks at all the bodies that are fallen and like looks at everything around the wolf. It's like and just kind of like keeps their eyes, looks at the fire and kind of like tries to keep it up. But as the rain starts to fall more and more, Mimosa holds the lantern ever closer. It's like just kind of holding it for light.
Is there anything in the tents?
You look into the captain's tent. You do see there's a couple of things. You do see that there is a numerous amount of like lock boxes in here. It looks like maybe he was storing some things into his like own personal hoard. There's a specific box though that's left open. You look over to that one immediately, and you do see that there is a kind of an ornate piece, kind of a jewelry that's left out. The jewelry itself is a like headband.
Ymir picks it up.
Let's look at it. It's very nicely made. Gold has like many different like jewels and embeds them in placement into it.
He will. Can I Arcana check it?
Sure.
20, 30.
You're not sure, but you're not familiar with many magical items. However, this one does kind of give a gleam of like something pretty magical. You're not sure how common it is, but it's pretty magical.
Ymir pockets that, and then. So all these locked boxes. How many locked boxes?
Maybe 3
are
or
there?
4, and just in this
3 or 4.
tent.
Okay, he will run out of the tent. Guys.
Yes, Cotton.
Oh, sorry, Stable Maple. You're fine. You actually, Stable Maple, do you have keys?
Oh yeah, it's just like picks the key. Anything for you, Cotton, and just like gives you the keys.
Oh my god, thank you, Stable Maple. I love you. Go sit there and look pretty. Anyways, guys, I have boxes, so many boxes for us to open. It's like a little prize reel. If anyone wants to like accompany.
Bruce will just make his way over with the body.
Yeah,
Why do we all look like super depressed?
The
Hey,
rain,
Bruce, I'll
the
take
rain is like
that.
pouring down. All of you are like wet and soggy. Ymir is like smiling with
Ymir's
his face.
taking no damage. He's fine.
Is there like
He
any kind
has
of chance
dealt
that we
with
can
nothing.
find some kind of coverage? It's
There
not
is
the great conditions out here.
Father Cruz on your return, kind of getting soaked. Mimosa, you both are kind of like just started to drench in rain. You see the little girl and the grown woman look to go over towards the tower. There's like a bottom floor entrance. They go to try to open the door. They see they're struggling opening the door, and they're just kind of like tucking under the tower, like ledge arch from the top to try to cover from the rain a bit. They're just kind of figuring it out. They kind of rush over to one of the tents and like try to get in, but you guys are kind of like looting them right now, so they kind of back off again.
Guys, make space.
No, I'm busy, and he's gonna run back into the tent.
You go
Start
back into
trying to
the
unlock
tent.
these
Yeah,
boxes.
you try to unlock some of those boxes. There are other things in here other than boxes. I would say you can make a investigation check just in general. The captain's tent probably has the most stuff in it.
Oh man, I got a 9. I thought it'd be worse.
A 9. There's like some weapons in here. It looks like, you know, the club that he had wasn't really magical more than it was just a really big piece of a log, or maybe driftwood. There's again another like kind of like coat that is kept like maybe for his like pirate ensemble maybe that he was not wearing when you were fighting him. It's
my
small. It's small
Damn it.
compared to what you wear.
Ymir throws a coat out into the world.
It's
for-
kind of like a crop top for you. Not gonna lie.
No. Oh wait, it's really small.
Like
It's
this
really-
was a grung that you were fighting. They were a small creature. They like this is a small, like crop top size
He pokes his
coat.
head out of the tent. Cruise. Cruise.
It's like a
Yes.
baby uniform.
Didn't you want like a cape or something?
That was out of character. Cruz
Oh,
never
that was
wanted one.
Never mind. I go back in. Forget
Did
everything
you
I
ever
said.
want something?
I pocket
It's
the
like a
cape
massacre.
and I keep looking.
All that's left in this tent is
Uh,
the boxes you can find.
Okay,
That's
then I'm gonna
useful.
unlock the boxes with my keys.
Can Idris walk towards like that door to like the first level of
Mhm.
that tower and try and get it open?
Yeah, you can try. Do you have any thieves' tools or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Can Cruz just help her and just bust the door open?
I was gonna say we could just kind of brute force it. I think.
Yeah, both of you make Father Cruz. You can make one with advantage, or both of you can roll athletics.
One.
Oh my gosh, I'm so weak today. 7.
Oh, okay.
Steel door. it hurts. It wasn't easy in the first place, and then naturally, Father
17.
Cruz. Try again. You feel a bit of a budge, but again, it's reinforced steel. It's not necessarily opening very well. It has like this feeling to it, like there's some barrier on the other side as well. Like there might be something in here.
Even with the 17?
Maybe on the 17.
Who has keys? Idris is gonna scream out.
Yamir's over here like
I've been-
unlocking.
I have keys, but I am busy.
Ymir, give them to me, please.
I am. Oh my
Ymir,
gosh! No,
you
no,
can
Um,
have them.
I
You
am
can have
trying.
them back later.
Um,
I'm
Ymir,
getting
have mercy.
drenched.
What did you name him again?
Stable Mabel.
Stable Mabel stands up in front of you. It's just like no one talks to the captain like that. And just
Alright,
like kind of
alright,
like
Ivan.
it's like what? Huh? It's
His
like,
name is not Clumsy. Stable Mabel.
Idris is gonna smack him on the forehead and just gonna go, "Get me those keys, please."
make a intimidation check.
Can I contest
Hold
this
on.
with my own?
Hold on, this is important.
I'm so bad today. 8.
8.
Mhm.
He punches you. he full on like decks you in the face. Like
And now she's gonna
Wait,
punch
hold
him
on.
back.
No, Cruz is gonna use rebuke the violent.
you do take the punch in the face. You do take 1 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, well.
So funny.
He like just like completely disrespected. He's like stands up. You view violence. Go yeah.
It's a wisdom save.
Yeah. 1.
He takes that exact same
He
damage.
takes 1 damage. He punches himself with his own fist. He swings
If
so
you're
hard.
trying to intimidate him. He's like really through with
Ooh.
Mabel right now.
Stable Mabel.
Bloody
Don't let
nose.
them bully you like that, but don't enact the violence. Violence is over.
He's
It's
like,
okay,
he
it's
gra-
okay,
He's like
it's
holding his
me.
nose. He's like, okay, let's go.
Keys.
It's fine. He doesn't
He
have.
literally-
I have the keys.
He literally punched himself in the face. Ymir.
I'm literally trying to open these boxes.
Amir, we'd like to give these poor people shelter.
We have a little. We can always
With the
open the
guilt trip
boxes
all
in the
time.
morning.
You can unlock the boxes right after.
It's just so much like guilt trip. Like you guys are trying to make me feel bad.
Guilt
and then-
trip.
Or you can open
There's like
the box.
there's like
Ow.
pouring rain. It's like
Sorry,
He's
we
about
have-
to cry
like
or
thunder.
explode.
We have an older woman, a young girl, and you have everybody else out here. Mimosas
Oh
afraid of the
my
dark.
God.
And you're
Mir is
telling
gonna
me you're
drag his
busy.
feet. He's gonna. He starts dragging his feet as Idris is scolding him.
You're telling me
I
you're
literally
busy.
saved you from a giant dog and a javelin, and
You're
I
telling me you're
and I did
busy.
all these
Have
things.
you
I can't
seen
even
all
do
of us out here?
it.
We're trying to find some
Hello,
kind of
can I
shelter.
walk
Bruce?
up next to your mirror and take the keys and try to open the box himself?
No, my keys.
You
Please,
cannot take
I
the
killed a man
keys
today.
by force. You can make a sleight of hand
Can I
check,
do it?
fellow.
Yes, can I do that?
Yeah. And it's going to be contested against your strength.
Doesn't have
Bruh.
any. Loser.
Athletics,
Most outraged
actually.
and open the door.
That's also
Mimosa can rage and try to open the door,
No.
like hammer the door open.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Sleight of
Um,
hand is dex, right?
yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
By the way, you're at this point your blade song ends.
I hate you.
It's been enough time.
Yeah, no.
Does 19 hit for the door?
I mean, there was no roll to hit. It's a door, but you
Oh.
can roll damage.
I made a nat 20. I'm just kidding. A 7.
7
14.
misses. Robin.
I actually beat you.
Yeah,
I beat you.
you go to grab the keys, and Ymir has a vice grip on the keys. And Ymir, you look insulted at Velu. Like there's a moment of like, how dare you, that comes across your face.
Don't take my keys.
Then open the fucking box already.
You can wait.
Really?
Does
Are you
Mimosa open
kidding
the door?
me?
What was the damage you dealt?
14.
It didn't beat the threshold for actually damaging the door. There's a
Wait.
there's a hit point threshold to where you're actually damaging the door. It's 20. So someone would have to be able to do 20 damage to the door in order for it to even like be moved.
Ymir's gonna walk over to the door, and as he gets to the door, he like side eyes Idris and like just an annoyed child.
Slow as
Idris
possible, flipping
Idris
keys on the
crosses her
chain.
arms like a disappointed parent, and she's gonna stare him down.
Before the keys even get to the keyhole, he stops and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" And he's gonna press the dissertation, the lady and the little girl, and take the like trenchness of the rain,
Yeah.
completely dry them off.
Yeah, you dry
And
them off,
then
and they
he'll
kind of
put
like
the keys
stare at
in.
you. Yeah, you use the
And then he'll
keys.
put the keys in.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay,
every-
are we done now?
You kind of keep putting you put this key in, doesn't work. You put this key in, doesn't
Oh my-
work. You put this key in, doesn't work. And Ivan's like, Captain,
Yes, stable Mabel.
oh, sorry, that doesn't open that one. I have this one, and pulls out another set of keys.
Stable Mabel. Why does you not
This one has one
No.
key.
Kill
It's
him.
one ring with one key on it.
stable
Can Cruz
Mabel?
intimidate him to do it immediately?
I mean,
Hate Mabel.
he's just kind of like standing there. He's like,
Stable Mabel, just open the door.
okay.
I'm going
Just
back
walks
inside.
over. You intimidate him a little bit farther, Cruz, and kind of looks at you. He's like he puts his chin up a little bit and he just starts opening the door. It's like, I'm the captain's favorite. It just turns the lock. Door opens. On the inside of the bottom floor of the tower, a little shattered from Ymir. There is a little bit of peeking, like rain dripping, kind of coming from the sides and such. But inside is like a supply room. You see that there's a couple of like remains of like what would be like some of the loot from the town. Like there's alcohol in here. There's some food, bedrolls, some pleasantries, some clothes from people's homes. Like there's a lot of just random jewelry in here. A lot of like stolen goods are just stuffed into this tower, and you guys are now seeing kind of like basically the horde.
We have to return this.
I agree.
All of it?
Well,
Yes.
Like, can we return like a portion and then keep?
These
Velu-
people need it.
Velu doesn't say anything and immediately goes to the alcohol and
Let's pops one off.
drinks up.
Bro,
Yep.
Mimosa's doing that too.
Just you guys pop off some rum that's like some immediately on the top of it. Splitting that. There's the two the girl and the woman just kind of like immediately like rush inside while they're still dry. Kind of pushing in and like looking around. It's like just nodding. It's like, you stay here. I'm gonna go look for my things. Okay. You take care of yourself. You can be careful talking to strangers. You know, it didn't work out the first time. It's like whispering to them. And like stands up. It's like, excuse me, and steps back out into the rain and starts to go like walk around.
I'm gonna also step out into the rain
Yeah,
and look for where she's going off.
You
to.
look off, and she's kind of walking and looking at the tents that you're looking in, and she's like kind of peering into different tents and looking. She sees to stop at the captain's tent and look in. It's like, and steps into it.
Whoa, 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 wow!
Steps
Whoops,
back
Rayleigh's
out.
just been spitting in the rain,
Steps
by
back
the way.
out, holding a staff and what looks to be like a like a bag of like material components or something like that.
Oh,
Have you
good
seen a
lord.
headband?
No.
Make a steps check.
Cool.
Terrible person.
I think that's 17 plus 6. Yeah, 23.
23. They just kind of nods like, damn it. All right. Whatever you find, yours. And just kind of like walks
All right.
past and goes back into the tower.
Yeah, it goes straight back into the tent.
Yep, you go back into the tent. You didn't see those items that they were looking for, but you did catch the one important one. There's no more boxes in here. You've taken kind of all the boxes out at this point. No more valuables are in the captain's tent at this point. You have
Wait,
four.
the ones that I used the key on?
You have 4 separate boxes. You've taken those out of the tent, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing else left in the tent
Okay.
that was valuable. Everything else is like a bedroll.
Alright, he'll take out the keys, sit in front of these boxes while the rain drenches him.
Start opening, trying to unlock it.
I think I'm gonna catch a cold.
Yeah, you do sneeze a bit. It is like thundering and raining, and it's not like cold rain. It's that humid, like middle of the spring in Florida rain. Like it's just a downpour, and it's kind of like hot in the forest too. So you guys are getting like that smell of like the mud and dirt, like kind of kicking back up as like kind of some flash flooding starts to occur. The rest of the encampment, we'll gather you guys back together into the tower, and we'll kind of like reconvene on what you guys have discovered. Ymir, those 4 boxes, I'm gonna have you make 4 checks for me. You're gonna make 4 sleight of hand checks. The reason you're making sleight of hand is because there are potential that these chests are trapped. So your 4 sleight of hands are going to determine if you suffer towards any of those traps.
I want Cornelian to sit in the rain, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, you can sit outside. The door's open because, just air, but
Chris is gonna watch him.
yeah, he's sitting there. Most of the bodies are getting rained on outside. You just haven't stacked them or anything like that. So they're just kind of like getting flooded and drifting. Most of the
Belu's-
tents fall.
Balu's gonna read his little language book.
A little damp.
Sylvan.
18,
Yeah.
19, 10, and 15.
18, 19, 10, and 15. Okay. For 18, 19, and 15, you're successfully able to unbox no traps. For 10, you do suffer 1 trap. The trap that ignites is actually it actually breaks the key. So you will have to find another way to open this 1 box. Because you do see that like you basically have broken the key off into the lock.
Mending.
Ooh, excellent work. You fucking just immediately try again. Go ahead and roll again.
That's 19.
Opens, no traps. The solution of mending is a very common solution for broken keys. All the chests open. 2 of the chests open and just have like just general money in it. It looks like there's about a total gathering within just 2 of these chests of about maybe 500 gold. Like you could count all the silver and copper all together in that situation. It's a mixture of copper, silver, and gold, but it adds up to 500 gold. So just 2 of those are just filled with money. The other 2, however, have some items in them. The third one you open up, you look inside and you see that there is a cloak inside. You kind of open it. It has like this like appeal of like this black and sootiness to it. You're not sure if it's magical. You don't think it is. It has it like when you rub your hand against it, it kind of relieves like charcoal on the side of it, kind of like a chalk feeling. You take that out and you notice that beyond the robe it was covering over was a diamond. This is a 500 gold piece worth diamond.
Pretty.
Sorry, 300. My bad, 300.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see this and you are kind of like, whoa.
And the cloak is nothing to be.
You don't know if the cloak was just there to like protect it or if that actually has some meaning to it. You'll have to do some more investigation on that.
Okay.
It'll take some time. And then the fourth box, which you have opened as well. The fourth box opens, and you see within is a bunch of, how do I say? It looks like there is a bunch of like scrolls or maps in here that looked interesting. It looks like maybe they grabbed a bunch of like papers or things like that of that nature that maybe they did or did not understand. A lot of these are wanted posters, like that have been torn off and just stored away for Rulat, which is the name of, I guess, their pirate crew, the Rulat. And you see one for Captain Evan Hung Bungshint. That's his full name. Captain Evan Hung, his nickname Hung. But his last
Whatever
name,
that means.
his last name was Bugshint. There's one for Bradle, Monona, and then Clumsy Ivan even is in here as like, it's literally like it says Clumsy Ivan on the bouncy board. Like there's a bunch of like wanted posters.
I will press a dissertation, reform the letters on Clumsy Ivan to say Stable Mabel.
Stable Mabel. You do so. As you kind of pull out these papers, more and more you kind of pour out. Other than wanted posters, there's like maybe two other important notes in here. The first one is actually kind of a sailor's note. I don't know if you know how to speak. Most of you probably, again, no one speaks thieves' cant, so it's kind of a little like choppy. But it's a little bit of sailor's jargon on here. You'd probably have to get like someone else to read this. And then you look at another one, and it's actually a note from the Fiasco League, which is basically the big kingdom of the archipelago, which is south of both the east and west continent. The note comes from Rising Tide HQ, or headquarters. Sorry. It reads out in common. It reads, Captain Evan, by order of the Rising Tide headquarters, we sentence you to 15 years in servitude of the different jurisdiction, blah, 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 blah. Kind of goes down to like a big like servitude thing. And at the very bottom of it, it mentions, we could never forgive you for the things you did to the people at Port Blink. You will pay for your crimes.
Got it.
Yep. And that's it. Like you gather all this up. Some of it's dampening in the rain as you're kind of like opening. You're trying to protect as much as you can. You move most of it into the tower. I'm assuming you keep all the good stuff for yourself. But as people, Carnelian, you're standing outside kind of watching your mirror, kind of like mess around with all this stuff. You all take a moment to kind of get a capture from the rain inside the tower. The rest of everything in here remains to be seen as if it's belonging to Valvanir. But you guys are all together inside the tower at this point, along with 3 other individuals, a small little girl, a grown more woman, and a redeemed pirate, Stable Mabel.
Stable Mabel, can you read Steve's Cant?
Can
Can you just read this?
I can
Okay,
try.
so-
He, like, clears his throat, looks at the paper. No, I can read this.
Okay, tell me.
I told you I can read it.
No, so read it.
I did.
No, like you read it aloud
Oh!
to me.
Holds it
Yes.
to his face. Cotton Hong. Come here. There's so much you can steal. And kind of like looks at it and squints his eyes a bit. I don't know that word.
Can you sound it out for me, or say the letters?
Saying Oracle.
Oracle.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Oracle. Continue.
Oracle needs
Reparation?
You know how to speak this?
No, I'm just assuming what you're saying.
Well, repers to fuel X. I don't know the rest of it. I'm not even going to try. He turns the paper over to you. You kind of look at the bottom. A familiar symbol appears at the bottom here for Xenophane.
Interesting.
Kind of like pulled it back.
So
He's
these
like,
guys were-
yeah, he pulls it back. He's like,
Mabel,
Hmm?
why did you take these two? Like refer to like the woman and
oh,
the
they
child.
spotted us. And that one points over at the older one. She attacked me. And she like kind of like looks over the rest of you. It's like, well, yes, I was trying to save the town. It did not work out.
That's okay.
It's embarrassing.
No, I mean you tried. That's fine. It's more than most
Sometimes
people.
that's all we can do is try. So
It
Well-
means a lot that you tried.
Well, that one, Captain was gonna sell over back to the
Who? The cow?
we're gonna take her back. I don't know where are you from. It's like it points at her. It's like it's like well, I'm from the Circle of Epsilon. I don't know if you know what that is.
Can I make a history check?
You may. Any of you may make a history check, actually, if you
I
like.
would love
Cruz
to
know what
make
it
a
is?
history check.
Not really. But you can still make one to try to figure it out.
Nat 1.
Yeah, dog.
I know
Whoa!
history.
I
Oh
got
my
a
God.
7.
I know history
I'm
too.
gonna guide us
9.
myself.
9.
God, we're all
10.
stupid today.
Actually, Vela, I think you're the only one here that might have actual history about this. Make one with advantage for me.
Okay.
Just roll
This is
again.
even worse.
If it's worse than
Yes.
9,
23.
way better than 9. None of you know. Other
Nice.
than Velu. Velu, I think you're familiar with this because of the region it comes from. It comes south of the eastern continent. The Circle of Epsilon is another kingdom of one of the major 7 kingdoms. Velu continues to go on to explaining portions of it, but then is stopped by this person. It's like, yeah, basically, the Circle of Epsilon is a kingdom for training heroes. Its whole purpose was built by heroes. It's a kingdom of heroes, and it trains heroes. And I was sent to help this town, and I failed. I am not. I am not. No, I'm not. I am trying to be. In order for me to prove myself and to become part of a group or a party, I must go do heroic deeds, and this is just one of the many steps it takes. Similar to, like a college frat or something. I don't know. It's very complicated.
That sounds like a lot of validation needed.
They
the
don't trust
requirements are
many
really
people
high.
because a lot of people come and they get like the fruits of the labors and then they just ditch. Like they really want to make sure these people are for the people, and I was here to help. It just I was not prepared. I went in blind, and I should have done more research, and I underestimated some pirates. As soon as they took away my spellcasting abilities, it was basically all for nothing.
You could totally take our credit. I mean, you attempted it. I'm not trying to look like a hero here.
Thank you for that. I couldn't see myself sitting well if I didn't do something. So, and just kind of like looks over at Velu again. It's like, the Circle of Epsilon. Are you from there? Or...
No.
Okay.
Inside check.
Go ahead. I will let you
A
know.
10.
You
Psychotic damage to you.
no
Huh?
psychotic damage.
Psychotic?
Psychotic damage is dealt to you. Sorry.
Dude, it's insane that when he says psychotic damage, I think it's correct.
Yeah.
I know, me too. I'm sitting there. I'm
Why
like,
isn't that a
"Is that right?"
damage?
Every time
Like,
he
"Eh,
says
yeah,
it,
it's psycho.
It's real
Crazy.
damage now.
crazy.
Valid damage. No, Ymir, you look at someone who literally like was trying to steal keys from you earlier, and you remind yourself like, he's trying to steal my keys.
No, he sucks.
Yeah, and you just kind of turn away from
He
him.
accidentally says that.
You're still a
loud
little
instead
mad
of
at him.
thinking it.
You can't turn away from him saying out loud. Little diva-lish.
I was trying to help you.
I was
The rain
fine.
and thunder go a little bit harder, just like in the middle of the night. Mimosa still has a lantern holding it up to themselves. She goes on to explaining, is like, well, I myself am a druid. I come from the winter area of tundra. Not a place, just of the cold. And I was sent down here. It's definitely out of my element, but it was a test, and I did not do well, and I'll be returning back to the Circle of Epsilon, forsooth. So I will probably take the next plane hopper when I can, if I can find one. I'm pretty sure there's one in
What was-
Oracle, but
What was your name again?
Blair.
Blair.
Blair Winters.
Blair Winters. Got it. Nice to meet you, Blair Winters.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of nods, and it's like, and Dahlia here just kind of like looks down at Dahlia, who's kind of just been listening the whole time. It's like, Dahlia here was taken from the town. I think she tried to go and rush after the pirates to be brave. That's what she was telling me, at least. And she kind of like nods, just like, yeah, they took things from my house, and I wanted them back. And just like, yeah, you're a brave little one, but you're lucky they didn't do anything worse. She kind of like nods, and I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, don't talk. Don't. No.
Just like, Blair's like, just shakes the head and is like, yeah, thank you all. This is amazing, and I'm sure that the town is grateful for what you're going to be doing. I'm assuming you're returning all these things, but, you know, it's not my business.
I
We will
guess.
be.
Yes, of course.
So
I was like
excited
right
out of
next
you,
to the
Ymir.
alcohol right now, drinking it.
Ymir actually.
You know, there's
Ymir's
not... It's not a problem to take a few of the spoils, you know, like we do teach that in the Circle of Epsilon a little bit, you know, they just say, hey, you know, like it's not a problem for some things lost if you return to most, you know, it's about
Well,
the vindication of it.
Being
I
a hero is about being
suppose.
honorable, about doing it for others.
And there's
not
honor,
yourself.
Gosh.
and there's honor.
The
The-
village is quite destroyed, so it's gonna
Blair,
need as much
Blair
help as
turns
we can.
intently to you, Father Cruz, saying like looking at you, it's like, we learn from our best in this, and I will be very clear. Most people are grateful for even making an attempt to help. And though there are things here that no one may have been able to help for in the first place, the impression that we are taught is that whatever remains from these people will only benefit us to help others even more.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. Honestly, you're preaching. Why don't you join us?
She kind of like smiles for a second. It's like, I don't mean to disrespect you in any way either. I understand your point of view. I used to think the same way, but
What changed?
I think something about there's a couple. Do you guys familiar with the Lunar Heroes?
No.
Can I make a history
No.
check?
Hey, can I make one too?
I think Father Cruz is the only one that actually can make one.
Oh, okay.
None of you are old enough.
Old. I knew it.
Uh,
Old ass
I
motherfucker.
love being old. Oh
I was
my
gonna be
God.
talking
Just got
about
called
I'm
young.
so
gonna
happy.
be
When I
talking about
was in the day.
100 years ago.
17.
17. The Lunar Heroes are kind of just a legend of some kind, right? There were people in the Eastern continent back in the day that were they basically thwarted like the land where the Circle of Epsilon was. So the reason why you're not familiar with the Circle of Epsilon, quote unquote, is because it used to be like a desert, like deserted like land, and people who were like tribal lived there. Those tribal people raised up against like and created like dark magics and things like that, et cetera, et cetera. And the Lunar Heroes were basically like Genesis-born heroes that came forth and defeated like an evil. And literally, the Circle of Epsilon is a crater of where that battle was held. So the lunar heroes are like a staple of the purpose of that city being born. You don't remember this as Circle Epsilon more than you remember it as Epsilon just by itself, because that was the name of the group for the lunar heroes. They were called the Epsilon.
Sick. That's sick as hell.
So
Sick as fuck.
you remember these things. You kind of like countenance to like maybe some of your stories of maybe stuff you heard back in the time. This is not terribly long ago, maybe 100 years ago.
So why did that change you?
I think something about doing the best for the world was something that's a little bit prideful. And I think that, you know, doing something for yourself is also as prideful. Because if you can't take care of yourself in a situation such as this for others, there's no expectation of you to ever take care of any situation for others.
Just spitting facts.
That's what I have been taught in my time. And I'm maybe just rambling. But I also was just trapped in the cage for basically 3 days. So I'm a little starving, and maybe I'm just speaking from my head.
I could make
Maybe
you
my
food.
perspective is too old.
I don't
and
think
that I
so.
needed to hear a new one.
Maybe
Fix
there's
it.
something else. I don't know any of you, by the way. So sorry. What are your names? And then you guys introduce your names. Blah 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 blah. Like you guys
Oh
all
my
get
gosh.
to. You guys learn each other once more. Blair Winters introduce themselves more. They kind of give into their backstories and stuff like that. Yeah.
I was gonna say while when we were mentioning the whole thing about wanting to take, well, Ymir wanting to take the spoils and Idris and Cruz not wanting that. I was gonna say Ymir like looked around and noticed that Karn wasn't there to agree with him.
No,
so
Carnelian's still chilling outside. Yeah.
He's gonna head outside to go
Carnelian.
look for Karn.
What's up?
Cornelian's over sitting to his back to a tree, kind of just sitting on the ground, even though it's flooding a little bit. It's muddy, it's dirty. He's already covered in some blood with the up close slashes that he's done.
The rain's
Just
kind of
taking in the rain.
Yeah, rain's slowly kind of like dripping that off of your cloak, and your gun still steams a little bit from the last fired shot, and you kind of like wait for it to calm. You have a jammed gun, so you're kind of inspecting a little bit of your flintlock.
Yeah, you're cleaning off my guns and trying to unjam the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of walk through the rain. You see Carnelian, who's kind of like just by a nearby tree, just still of watching the tower and just kind of standing there and just like mulling about. Is there anything you wish to do?
So he'll walk up and he will see Karn. Hey, bud. Why are you sitting in the rain menacingly?
Cornelian just stares at him.
You're drenched. Oh my goodness. And he will cast prestidigitation and dry him off. So he doesn't look like cool as shit.
It's weird because like there's some like liquid that still is required to keep the form of like Cornelian's face still intact. So you kind of floof up his hair a little bit to kind of like just it makes him a little floof. You know, it's like kind of like poofs him up a little bit. You do that natural shake to get your fur back to where its place was, Carnelian.
Cornelian's gonna like side eye into like a full on stare into Ymir's eyes. Don't do that again.
That same picture of what your profile is, basically.
But I might do it again off of forgetting. So you gotta like forgive me for that.
Okay, well I'm telling you now, don't do it right now.
Okay, but like why are you even out here?
I like the rain.
Jesus Christ.
There's like a guitar solo that plays in the background.
My Chemical Romance is in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, back.
Okay, that's cool, but you ever heard of like pneumonia?
Never heard of her.
Cool. Great. we are dry in the tower. You should come by.
No,
Because what's
I
the
will
point?
when I'm
of doing
tired.
this? You are tired. You're bleeding.
Am I? Cordelia will look at himself.
Yeah, you do have some like blood marks around you. You're not sure if like you did get. I don't think you got hit at all.
Mm-mm.
You did almost take like a fired shot against you, but like scrapes and dodges and things like that. So you don't feel damage in any way, but you do see like the blood splattering of the blood you have spread.
I think I'm fine. It was just blood of people that I killed.
Okay, but either way, we're like getting information, and there's a bunch of like stuff in the storage that was left. Well, the pirates took from the town or whatever. Um,
Gold and stuff.
yeah, and I want to take some, but like it's kind of like a 2 versus 1 since you're not there with me, and I was kind of hoping that a like-minded individual could come over there and agree that hey, maybe we should have some for doing all this work, but you know,
How's it a 2 against 1 when there's 6 of us?
Vilo never says anything, and Mimosa's kind of scared of the dark.
Well, I mean, where is it? Is it in the tower?
Yeah, in the tower where everybody else is.
Mm.
Or we could sit. I could sit with you, and Ymir will plop down,
Rain,
and we could just chat.
thunder.
Your ass gets covered in mud.
Yeah.
He'll press the dissertation, everything that makes him dirty. You see him press the dissertation himself every like 3 seconds.
As the water like tries to form around and starts like kind of like soaking into your pants and stuff like that, you're like spending too much time prestidigitationing and not really listening anymore. It's just like it's a constant like hold on, hold on, hold on. It's like
Is that isn't that like draining? Why don't you do it when you like get up?
Oh, true. He'll stop.
yeah,
So,
you both
that
sit
fight.
there.
That fight was interesting. Everybody has interesting things. I didn't know you could clone yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Where does one get the ability to do that?
Cordelia will go quiet and kind of like look away. Look away. He'll have his
Jesus
little emo moment,
Christ,
look
bro.
away into the clouds of the raining, the dark rolling
Thunder.
clouds, and then the thundering,
Thunder.
lightning strikes in the background, flashing. And he'll look
Wind.
back.
Divorce
I'd
stab
rather
rock
not
is
talk
playing in the
about it.
background.
Saliva.
You know, don't take this as like an insult or anything, but like at the beginning of meeting you, you were like really cool, but now this is like overdoing it. It's, this is a little bit like too much. But cool. Either way, cool skill. Um, you seem really, really capable, and that's nice. And the only reason why we even came here is because you started walking over here because of I don't know what the heck. I assume maybe it's because of the little girl,
Yeah.
and that's nice. You are a nice person, kind of. I think not terrible. I think I'm worse than you
Worse in what way?
in many ways. I've caused a lot of havoc within my life. Maybe not like directly, but I feel as though indirect counts.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, definitely directly with your drinks that you fucking pour.
Okay, listen. I let the Vulu pour most of the drinks. That doesn't even matter. What I'm saying is like, are you sitting out to here because you think you're like dark and brooding and your past is so bad that you have to sit out here just to try and make amends of the things you have done? Or do you actually like the rain?
Um, it's like a mix, mostly rain now.
Okay.
Thunder rolls through again.
There's only one thing that I regret, but besides that, I'm just enjoying myself. I would say alone time, but you're
I
out here, which I don't necessarily mind. I'd
Damn.
probably
Cool.
prefer you than most people that we're walking with. So
I
You-
find comfort in that, and Ymir will remain next to Karn.
There's a sogginess that kind of falls over the damp, like, eye patch, like, sash that kind of goes over your eye, and the hair drips a little bit onto the front of your face and trickles down. Carnelian, again, the same floofiness that was dried once now remains soaked once more as more rain kind of starts to pour, and eventually the rain kind of like trickles to a slower, like, mist. The harsh rain has ended, but the thunder still remains. The tree canopies, you see like kind of like light kind of peering from the skies of that purplish glow from the planet that still surrounds you, as you are reminded of how small that you could be. The both of you kind of look up at this scenario, that magenta kind of light piercing through of the planet that you surround in this world.
Have you ever held the gun before?
No. Can I hold yours?
Carnelian will think about the different guns that he can hold and remembers what Idris has done. And he will go back to his large, what is it called specifically?
Rune rifle?
His rune rifle, unloading the one in the chamber
Mhm.
and the ones in the round. Doing both so that he can't have
There you go.
any ammo whatsoever.
Really, all you gotta do is get rid of the one in the chamber. But the magazine, there's no magazine for this thing. It's just
Yeah.
load one. That's it.
Yeah.
So you unload
Take the
it,
one
take the round
out
out.
of the
You
chamber.
look inside. You double check everything. Yeah, it's not hard for you to do. It was just kind of like an oversight at the time. Not gonna
Yeah.
happen again. Will you
He'll
hand it over?
stand up and he will hold it with one hand, kind of close to him, not fully stretching his arm out, but waiting for Ymir to stand up and grab it.
This is a heavy rifle.
Ymir will do exactly that,
Okay.
and he will try and replicate what Karn's done.
A lot heavier than it looks.
Oh goodness! Wait, okay, I don't know if
Don't drop it.
my hands hurt.
You
Carnelian will help him hold it.
you hold, and it's weird because like Carnelian, once again, you find yourself in a situation where you're kind of like guiding the hand where it's supposed to be. You're kind of like wrapping the other hand around the shoulder of Ymir, taking their left hand and putting it towards like the carbine stock. You see where like the rune and like everything magical about this weapon. Ymir, your eyes kind of like glow with this faint like excitement of magical property because you see the individual runes that kind of appear, and some of them are elemental. As you kind of look and you see like the individual like arcane like wisps, like kind of like still like damp but glowing, like inside of this rifle. There's magical like wonder in your hands right now.
I think Carnelian in this moment sees Ymir's one eye, his left eye, widen in wonder and excitement as he stares into the magical runes, and he mutters out to Carnelian, "You know, ever since you pulled out that gun the first time, I've always been wondering what makes this gun tick." And then he's gonna like pull the trigger and cast firebolt as if shooting through the
Okay.
We're facing towards the tower, by the way.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Yes. First, trigger pull is nothing. Carnelian shouldn't fire. However, Ymir, your firebolt, you send off. You kind of like, while holding the weapon, you do need your somatic component to cast firebolt. So you kind of have to like faint, let go of the gun for a second to like let the firebolt release. As you let go, you kind of lose that balance of holding the weapon because it is very heavy. So you fire the firebolt straight forward just to like send it in the direction, but the gun topples for a second. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I also like help?
You're helping. This is with
Okay.
advantage, but you may drop the gun.
Okay.
Don't you fucking drop my gun out of character.
I won't. Wait, what's the DC?
I'm not telling you.
You're not telling me. Okay, I got a
You have
15.
advantage.
Okay,
I got a 15.
you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Fuck.
A last minute grab from Carnelian more than it was from you because they are helping you. You see, like, you grab it and you're still dropping because you grab at the wrong part of balance. And as soon as you grab it, you're basically grabbing at the nozzle of where it's supposed to be grabbed. And you realize, oh, that's way too heavy for me to hold with one hand. Carnelian grabs it perfect center for where the rune rifle is supposed to be grabbed for perfect balance, grabs a hand on it, looks at you for a second, and you see the eyes kind of like do that little like miniaturizing thing where they just focus in on you.
My bad. Sorry. My bad.
All the rest of you here on the side of the tower. It's just a firebolt just like this deflates on the side of a tower.
Wait, can we have our moment before like that ever happened?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna shift scene.
Thank God.
You guys are outside.
Thank God.
Velu, Idris, Mimosa, Father Cruz back inside.
Velu, right? He's drinking. Well, while he's drinking his like little concoction, he's going to try to like sneak and like try to like see what is in like any of the boxes or the loot that's there, while Idris and Father Cruz are not looking.
I don't think you're gonna get away with that. Idris, Father
I'm
Cruz,
gonna-
make a perception check.
Fucking hate everybody. I'm gonna see myself as always.
Of course, always guided.
Dude, my rolls are such ass.
21.
tonight. I can't even.
Yeah.
11.
Sleight of hand check, Velu.
I need my phone. Good luck.
Good luck.
It's my good luck charm. I only roll on my phone.
Heard that.
Heard that.
No.
I think it's a D2.
The conversations do ensue inside the tower, like a little bit more
Hey,
to
Tom?
Idris and Father Cruz.
I got
Oh.
a nat 20. Just kidding, I got a 2.
Okay.
I'm about to say, bro.
I just like
He as soon as you see Velu like kind of popping off and sharing the drink, you notice that like there's a what is it called? There's a courteousness of passing a drink to your friend, and you and Father Cruz have been passing back and forth for a drink, and Mimosa as well. But Velu holds onto the bottle and walks away with it, and it's hard to not notice him walk away with the bottle you've been drinking. So it's like there's like Mimosa like kind of like taps you on the shoulder, like Father Cruz, and like points over at Velu, and is like, "What's he doing?"
Hello, what are you doing?
Nothing?
Insight.
Sure.
Can I roll deception?
You're not really deceiving. You haven't done anything, so it's like, it. But this is more of
Got
like
a 9.
the insight that you do reveal,
Oh.
Father Cruz, is that Velu has probably some type of like attention problem in this situation. You're not sure if they're like getting drunk or if it's just a problem of like they don't care as much.
It was a hard day, Velu. I don't blame you. No.
Yeah, it was. Now, I'm just gonna sit right over here where there's boxes and not look at them. Bella begins to look at them.
Yeah, you guys start. You just poke him up. Oh, no one stops you. Like it's like you're acting secretive. The boxes are just there. Ymir walked away from them. The door, they're open. Like you get to see everything else that's in here. As you're doing so, Father Cruz, Mimosa looks back at you. Father Cruz is like, so I'm assuming we're not taking watches tonight because we're kind of just all in a tower.
After what Carnelian did, I think we should.
What do you mean? What do you do?
He killed a man that had no fight in him.
Well, I killed someone. I think I killed a lot of people.
Killing in defense and killing a man who's helpless is different.
Kinda
This
like-
man had the chance to change. Grow.
Mind if I interject real quick? How is he, by the way? The man that was, shot. How is he?
I thought I dragged him in. Is he not in here? Out of character.
I remember you mentioning you dragged him in.
Yeah.
I thought he was in here, but
Hmm.
I don't know who's watching him.
The guy that Carnelian shot, I dragged him in.
Oh yeah, you brought the body with. The chest is rising, falling. It's kind of just in the corner. I mean, like it's not like being attended to in any way. There's not much you could do. Father Cruz, you know that time is the best heal in medicine, but then again, medicine's also the best medicine. So maybe bringing it back to the town might be the best scenario. There's a lot of options you have here. It just you see that a body's been kind of stashed in the corner for protection because they're like you can kind of see it's being guarded off a little bit.
Well, I can't say much, but I know that Carnelian has his moments, but he's not bad. I promise. He's in a situation like this, he can be a bit calculated, a little cold, direct to the point with it. What he was doing or trying to do was, in his mind, mercy. It wasn't anything that derived from being, pessimistic or evil. It was really to help, at least in his eyes. He's been through a lot.
I think everybody has good in them. Carnelian led us here to save a child and a woman, even though he wouldn't tell us. He may have his reasons, but keeping them from us and acting on them on his own is what confuses me. Maybe
No,
he did.
I understand. I feel the same way. I've known him for years and I still feel like I barely know him.
Must be hard.
It's a bit
But-
difficult, but
You both kind of like have this like moment where you both immediately look to Mimosa, who's like slowly pulling out like a piece of steak from their bag of colding, and just like
Oh my god.
and just like kind of chewing on the raw meat a little bit, just like kind of like looking at you guys for a second. It's like puts it back into the bag of colding.
Father Cruz, I really appreciate your wisdom. You are so kind, and I really look up to you for everything you've done and everything you do. I don't want you to have a negative opinion about him. I know that's difficult right now because he's very secretive and a little aloof, but I want you to know there's good in him.
I think today has been hard on me because there's just been a lot of action, and I'm quite old, but I don't have any ill will towards Carnelian. I let my temper
surely
get to me
are.
in the moment.
No, I understand that. You really are a powerhouse, I'll tell you that.
Can I cast detect magic?
Sure.
I killed a man
While I'm
in one
looking.
swing.
You cast detect magic. You look around the room because you have I think it's 30-foot radius, right?
Yes.
You look immediately just into the boxes first. Did Ymir Ymir pocketed the headband, right?
Pocketed the headband, pocketed the gold, pocketed everything from the boxes.
Not much is left in the boxes. Boxes aren't magical. However, you're just kind of getting a glimpse around the room at everybody else as well, which is very interesting. Father Cruz, Mimosa, Idris, these two other individuals in the room with you. The druid has a staff, and that's very magical. Looks to have some type of like elemental like power to it. Looks like enchantment. You also see that they have like a pack of like, goods, like these like material components for spells. Idris has like wearing these bangles around them that you haven't seen as magical before, and you see them kind of like now in this kind of light at this moment, and they have like a bright shining illusory magic against them. The only other magic you see is like around Father Cruz's just aura in general, and their aura kind of shines with this brilliant like divine like sense. Like as you kind of have that like, magic active, you just see kind of like a small white shimmer around them as you see like something divine about them. That's really it though within the 30-foot radius. And then also, obviously, just the stuff on your person.
Yeah. Belu's gonna turn to Idris and point at her little bangle. So what's that? Your little
Idris
thing
is,
on.
Idris is gonna hold her arms out and she's gonna go, "What, my jacket? Or are you talking about my bangles?"
Your bangles.
Oh. Uh-huh. Idris Idris's expression immediately like falters down and she goes, "Oh, they were a gift."
From who?
Mhm. Oh, just my mother.
What does it do?
Why are you asking?
No reason. Just wondering.
Idris is gonna get a little defensive. She's gonna hold her arms more closer to her chest. She's gonna go, "You can't have them, you know."
Can't?
No.
I didn't want it. I was just wondering what it does.
Oh. Well, they're my good luck charms, really. That's all it is. It has Leonin inscribed on them.
Good luck charms?
No. It's just, words. That's all.
Interesting. Belu smiles and then turns away.
I
And then
gotta know
looks
why
at
he smiles. Can I get an
father.
insight check?
Why does it keep smiling at me?
You know what? I'm going to allow Idris, Father Cruz, and Mimosa to make an insight check here. Velu, I want you to make a deception check, but I want you to do it with advantage.
Okay.
17.
I gotta roll for Mimosa. Okay. 18 for Cruz. 16 for Mimosa. But you know what? I'll guidance as always for fun.
No. I got a 14.
20 for Cruz.
Holy
16 for
cow.
Mimosa.
You have never been surrounded by more insightful people, Velu. And it makes you a little nervous as that smile kind of cracks once more, but you slip a bit. I'm going to say, Velu, would you like to describe a little bit about yourself that kind of reveals from your smile that maybe would shine a little bit more into you in depth that someone may kind of gleam off of you? Just a little something.
When Velu smiles, he typically feels three types of ways. Uncomfortable, doesn't like something, or is hiding something.
Your smile immediately fades, Velu, because you realize that like you're surrounded by some people who see a little bit past it in this moment. And as the smile fades, you can't help but feel that kind of like glow about yourself as you kind of look at your skin, you kind of look at your body, you feel like dissociated for a second, and you kind of like back off a little bit, and you need some air.
Velu leaves without saying anything.
Oh.
Cruz just looks so sad. I've ran
Uh,
off 2 people today.
Mimosa
wait, that
like
means I
pats
was
you on
in
the
the
back.
tower.
Mimosa pats you in the back, Father Cruz, and just says, "It's okay, Dad."
Thanks, son.
It's like you get this feeling of ownership. Ymir, Cornelian outside. You're said the firebolt. As soon as Bella, you step out, you look to your right. Firebolt just shoots past your face, hits onto the tower. You look immediately to your right, and you see Ymir almost dropping Cornelian's gun, and both of them again in a situation where they're both kind of leaning over each other, and like Cornelian's like kind of hovering over another one of your party members.
Let's not make this a thing, okay? Like, to be
What?
clear, because Loki, I don't want to like overstep my bounds, because like Idris is kind of my girl, like she's my homie, you
What are you
know.
talking about? Cornelia will take his gun back.
Oh, okay. I was just being clear, but like
Don't shoot fireball from my gun again.
it's called Firebolt actually.
I'm not a magic person.
I
Belu's
understand that.
Belu smiles and looks at them and then like walks somewhere else.
Yeah.
Away from them.
He's gonna get the wrong idea now. This is your fault.
My fault.
I'm going to go ahead and pan over to Velu for a moment, and we may end our session there. Velu. A shiver in your body kind of like takes over itself. You kind of grab onto a tree, and you can't help but feel the nails kind of crack and carve along the tree a little bit. And your magic blackens and like soots onto the tree. Eventually you make a passing away from enough people, but seeing a tower in the distance, you know that your friends are safe. But if it's that time of the night where you feel as though you just feel so uncomfortable in the skin, you watch as the night shifts, and you look up into the sky and you think to yourself about what's happening at home and what people maybe await for you, about those people in the oracle walking around, and what kind of path that you're going to be leading on for the next couple of days. Is there anything that Velu does in this privacy that may be gleamed from what perspective would an audience see from Velu in this moment?
Nothing much. He's just gonna sit by a tree, frustrated about things, and probably just gonna chill there for the night. Not going back to the tower.
The rain mists upon your face a bit. Thunder still rolls. 3 people outside, 3 people in, along with some others. Velu remains solitude, but also uncomfortable for a night once more, knowing that something is rather closer than he appreciates. That is where we're going to end the session.
Nah.
We're late on our session. I dragged you a little too far out.
Everyone thinks we fucked now.
Dude, you guys basically were.
But is
I
that
mean,
a
I'm
bad
sorry.
Yes,
I
it is out of wedlock.
Is everybody going to have their opportunity to have Carnelian show them what the gun does? I hope so.
Show them what that gun do, bro. Oh.
Caress his
It's gonna be
hand.
so long
Took
before
out the
Cruz
biggest
does that,
one for a
guys.
reason.
It's like,
I could trigger
when-
something,
when-
if you know what I mean.
when Ymir said, "I always wondered how this fire." I
And
was
he
like,
started
ugh.
whispering.
Literally,
I was like, oh.
literally did the
Oh.
same exact thing that Idris did.
Guys.
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 Yeah, no, you're gay. It's over.
It's over, bro. Good luck beating these allegations.
People
Guys.
misunderstanding how guns work is my favorite part of this whole entire campaign.
I'm just like, everyone's so
the room.
interested. I'm like, okay, here, you can look at this.
And then they
someone
fire.
comes out and looks at the worst moment possible.
Love it.
He thought the runes were cool.
Mhm.
And then you want to fucking almost drop it.
And he thought the
We
roots were
cast
so
a
cool, he had to
spell.
whisper
You know,
about it.
if
He went,
if I-
oh my god.
If I would have subtle spelled, I wouldn't have to drop the
That's
gun.
what I know. I was thinking about that. It's like you literally just talked to me about subtle spell. That was an opportunity. I've been like, yeah, man.
We're 2 points, guys. Like, we gotta relax. But
Either way, it was fun.
good fight.
I'm gonna stop the recording.